Hello, everyone. Welcome to the main stage of the Masters Challenge. I am, of course, everyone's favorite Dipshit, and I am joined today by Erythais.
Hello everyone.
Yes, we started without issues.
Professional stream tonight.
All right. So, for those of you that missed yesterday, let me give you a quick recap. Group A, we of course saw the amazing upset of Shady over Rush second, bringing him down in the group stage. We saw the domination from Mephisto, bringing down anyone that got in his way. That would be our Group 1, giving us our first seed there, Shady, and our, I believe it's fifth seed for Mephisto, giving Shady round 1, match 1, Mephisto round 2, or round 1, match 2. Then in Group B, we saw Cole versus Erythais, and their absolute slugfest to see who would come out on top there. And we saw possibly the greatest match of that group, the hypest one, or from what everyone else has been telling me, James versus Tazik. And we don't see either of those two in the main stage, actually. But they gave us one hell of a show yesterday. Yeah. Do you want to comment on that?
So many surprises yesterday. I mean, Rush second, not top 8. Erythais, not top 8. James, not top 8. But we have well-known players here in the final stage, and I'm so excited to see the games and see who takes the prize in the end.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's no. Oh wow, are they actually complaining you're too loud?
Come on, guys. Last time I was. Oh my god.
Alright,
now
alright.
you see what a new headset can do.
Alright, I've got him down a few decibels. So we ended up with issues anyway. Oh well. So the bottom half of Group B there, we had who exactly did we have? Why wouldn't we just look at the bracket on the stream, right? That makes so much more sense, right? We had, of course,
yeah, right.
In that lower half of Group B. No, that's not Group B. That was Group C I was talking about. Look at me, I'm the one that's all confused. So in the bottom half of Group C, we of course had the battle of the streamers, Gamer and Excalibur. And Gamer came out on top of that, where he got to fight against Goo, the man that is Draft. And if we go back up to our Group B properly, we of course see that Boxes came through as undefeated as everyone was expecting him to be, beating out both Tangs and Jake. Jake, of course, beating out Salbai, and a 2-1 that was pretty close, honestly, and gave us one of our few matches that had a Demon Warrior in it. And in the bottom half, we of course had Zgripter overcome Break Time, one of our newer Grandmasters, and we had Vango and Remedi with his very interesting deck in the fourth match of that Group B.
Yeah, it was a hell of a long game.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that went to Mana Frenzy and wasn't decided until the very end, with all kinds of action going on with that undead army. Remedi, of course, overcoming Zgrifter to take the final slot of Group B, and we, of course, wrapped it all up with Group D, where the name of the game was apparently just beat the other person in the face, and that's it. Every deck we saw there was a rush. Just absolute slugfest. We saw the rivalry between Dirian and Cat come out, and Cat just taking that from him. No problem. Well, plenty of problem. but now we come to our main stage, where all our finalists have, of course, done everything in their power to make sure that they get money.
Yeah, I mean, everyone already got some money, but it will be interesting to see who takes the first place, the second place. And yeah, these are just all good players. And the game Vango versus Remedy, the last match between them, it was so amazing. Some crazy stuff there.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully we'll see that crazy deck out of Remedy again, but this time it's gonna be up against Kazlerico, and that's not the easiest fight in the world. But our first game today is going to be between Shady and Gamer, yet another streamer battle.
Yet another streamer battle, and yeah, I look forward to see that triple step in, right?
I know from watching Gamer stream, he fears the Shady, and well, Shady just thinks every game is close, so I couldn't even tell you. I would imagine he's expecting every game to be close here as well. And our first game here is going to be at the 39-minute mark.
Yes, sir.
If you are ready.
I am.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Got Shady on his Setsu. We got us a Spirit Mordar using that fancy pants skin for Gamer.
That's a Dragon Nest, actually.
Yes, it is. We have not seen the Triple Zeppelins this whole tournament. Maybe the meme is finally dead.
And maybe that's, currently 10 mana. There comes a Dragon Nest out from Shady.
We see the Reboomer dropped in bottom lane. That'll at least be protected from all those dragons. Here comes the double Blind Day, giving him both Soul Stealer and Living Statue. I would say he's very happy with that.
RNG boy.
But he's going to find himself a Defenso Chopper. And that Defenso Chopper is going to set it up for Gamer to win this little battle here. Especially if Shady can't find
made it all to the face.
How did that even happen? That's a Setsu. That's not supposed to go down like that. We have another Defenso coming out with Blood Imps. It's all rampaged with a dragon behind, but that's just going to get daggerfalled by Gamer here. And we actually see Shady on the back foot here, but we do have a rampaged Whelp reaching the face of Mordar. He doesn't have exactly the best DPS there, and that dragon's going to get off 3 hits because of it. As yet another Reboomer reaches the face of Shady here.
Oh my god, we have actions on both sides, actually.
Yeah, now we're starting to see this Mordar really in trouble here as Stun Blast keep coming out, resetting Mordar, and just bringing in more and more Whelps here. Shady's has decided he's going all in now, bringing in Setsu. He's going to kill off the Whelp. That's really going to set up the rest of this pace here as these two dragons keep taking away here. There's a Stun Blast to buy a little bit of time here, but he needs something more than just that to stop this Living Statue, and there's the final blow.
That's the first game. Shady took it.
Yeah, Shady took it. No problem. Close game. Close game.
Close game.
He got 2 living statues there. They both came out of blind dates, if I'm correct there, right?
Yeah.
RNGesus. I suppose it's not the first time we've seen that word paired with Shady, though. I'm sure we can remember his lightning bolt that found the cleaver between, what was it, like 40 scrats? Like, holy crap.
I mean, we saw that RNG yesterday, right?
Yeah, we did.
That's probably what happens when you believe in the heart of the cards, right?
I think you got the wrong game, sir. So that's going to bring us to game 2. We'll see if Gamer can find anything to deal with Shady here. That's going to be
let's find out. Yep.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Got that Setsu again for Shady up against Gamer's Apep. Oh, that's a rammer. This looks like a bit more face this time.
Even more face?
Oh, I mean, dragons are control, right?
Yeah, I mean, Volko spam is Volko control as well. So.
Yeah, that's what Shady keeps telling us. It's all control. It's all he plays.
See a living statue coming out of Shady here?
Yeah, there's the statue setting up the push here. He's got a cleaver behind, or set up here soon. There's going to be a beam that's actually going to make Shady's hand a little less awkward here, and that might set him up to really do some damage. Oh, a second beam! This is the double beam deck out of Gamer here that we saw so much yesterday. Oh, he's tried to stop the healing fireball there. And if he had got that timing, he would have also saved his Swarmers from that Shock Rock, and that might have just been the end of that living statue there, but tight timing.
Here comes the Rammer, Setsu's jumping.
Oh yeah, this is a lot of health here, and Apep is on the living statue. He's going to play Cleaver to try and bring down some of this. Ghost Turret's going to tank up the living statue for one hit here. Cleaver's gone here. He's in the black hole. He comes back out. He's going to finish off that rammer, but that's still a rampage living statue hitting the face here. Here comes a Shock Rock. It's not going to save enough time for one more hit here, but Gamer is now down to 450 health off the opening push.
Yeah, that was a hell of a push from Shady, and will be really exciting to see how Gamer responds to that, because he can take any more of those pushes.
Yeah, and we just saw the first, not quite full answer there between two Cleaver hits and two beams. Shady drops down to 685, but now he doesn't have much to stop this Cleaver that gets all the way to the face. Swarmers were dropped to try and defend against that hit, but Daggerfall arrived just in time, and now Gamer's trying to find something here. He finds a Defenso and his Shrine Totem to try and buy out a little bit more time, but now we have a Rampage Rammer coming in.
The Rampage again.
If that reaches the face, it's over, and that is exactly what we see.
Yeah, Shady rushed him down the second time.
Yeah, and Gamer holds the tradition of getting knocked out in round 1. Well, I guess we can thank him. We're giving us our expectation, right?
Well, let's find out how he deals with the loser bracket later on.
Right. And that's going to bring us to our second match of the main stage. That is, of course, Cole and Mephisto, which, you know, when we were originally setting this all up, Cole was saying, "Don't give me Gamer, don't give me Gamer." Yeah, I said, "Okay, fine, here's Mephisto." He said, "Easy, 2-0, here we go."
Yeah, let's find out if this holds true.
I mean, he's already wrong about the Gamer, right? Gamer's in the loser's bracket already.
Gamer's in the loser's bracket already. But I mean, Mephisto is not actually the easiest opponent you can get.
Far from it, I would think. But we'll find out. 39-minute mark.
The 39-minute mark.
You ready?
I am.
3, 2, 1, here we go!
And here we see a Apep on Mephisto, and Cole is going with the Stormbringer.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be his, of course, his Control Stormbringer that we see so much of, and we look like we have quite the interesting deck from Mephisto here. He's going to go ahead and beam the Crossbow Guild right away to negate it and do that 400 damage to face. Plenty of value. But we're going to see these Plasma Marines. They're reach to face, getting a little bit of damage here. And Mephisto will play his own. I'm expecting the last stand. Yep, there it is. This looks a lot like my default Setsu deck, honestly.
There we see the Defenso Chopper from Cole.
Yep, that'll clean up the top last stand, while the Ghost Turret and Warrior will clean up the bottom. And that gives the bridges back to Cole. And that's going to be a Cleaver to answer that Warrior. But does he have any... Ooh, a free call to arms. That's not going to show much value. Not yet, anyway.
That's not what you want.
And Cleaver never manages to find the face thanks to some Swarmers and Plasma Marines. And now we see it's up to Mephisto to try and defend with a rather awkward hand, to say the least, here. He's going to throw down Illusory to do a little damage on those Plasma Marines. He's going to throw Rammer to create a distraction along with Beam on the Crossbow Gill for another 400 damage to the face. And Rammer is just going to continue to hit away here. He cleans up the push at his own face. In the meantime, Black Hole's the Rammer to reset the attack animation, and that is looking like... Ooh, a Cleaver, though. But Cleaver is actually slower than the Rammer, so he gets one final hit off on the face.
Yeah, that brings Cole down to 1300 health almost.
Now we have this Cleaver that Mephisto needs to deal with here. He's going to answer it with his own Cleaver, it looks like, in a Scrap Pack. That gives him a pretty good push here. But it's going to find Plasma Marines, Ghost Turret, and Warrior. Quite the expensive drop there to bring that down.
Yep.
Grand total of 11 mana, but it worked, and now he's got the board presence, but he has opened up Last Stand for Mephisto in terms of options here. We'll see what he does here. He drops the Shrine Totem. There's the Last Stand. That's going to clean them up, no problem. Now he's ready for that Rammer and Beam combo if he wants to do it again.
There's a defensive chopper again, countering the Last Stand on the upper lane. Here comes the Rammer on the bottom lane now.
And he...
Connecting to face.
Yeah, he might Beam here to get rid of... No, he's just going to opt to Black Hole, make the Cleaver leave, and that's going to give him more pressure on that face there. Here comes a Beam. It's going to answer the Warrior and give that Rammer one more hit on the face there. Legionnaire's going to try and end it. Meanwhile, Cleaver not quite reaching the face yet of Mephisto. There it finally finds it, but now he has Shrine Totem available if he wants to use it, but he's taking so much damage here. There, he finally finds a break now. He's going to play his own Cleaver to try and clean up this other Cleaver. He tried to get off the call to arms, but the DK was just a little too quick for him here. That's going to be Mephisto dropping down to 500 health here as the final Plasma Marine in range of him dies. But now he has that Beam in hand. He can just throw it at face to end it, and that's going to be the death of Cole before the next Cleaver reaches him.
That was a close game now.
Oh, yeah. I suppose it's not easy, but definitely close.
Definitely close, and yeah, I mean, Cole on his Stormbringer control is definitely hard to beat.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he's got plenty of practice with that.
Like plenty of practice, and yeah, but it was a very interesting deck by Mephisto, and he also utilized the Call to Arms perfectly with his Shield Totem to get any value out of that card.
And unfortunately,
it's at least a warrior.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a free warrior at the end of the day, and when you're defending and you really need that extra help, it's there for you. So you got to be a little quicker on it than what we saw there.
Definitely.
And that's going to bring us to our second game at the 46-minute mark. We'll see if he can make it easy this time.
Let's find out.
And that'll be in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's gonna be Bubble King Puff. Looks like he's giving up on his Stormbringer here. And we see not quite the same deck out of Mephisto here. And he's playing it with the Setsu this time.
The Setsu, a Rammer.
It's gonna be a Demon Warrior. Might be the wrong call here with a Rammer sitting in the hand of Mephisto.
Here comes a Cleaver out of Cole.
Unfortunately, it was illusory. Would have been one heck of a heavy deck if it wasn't. There's going to be a Scrat Horde. It's going to clean up all of this unless a Shock Rock comes in from Mephisto by the second Scrat Horde. That will clean it up. But not before Rammer's going to get one more hit in thanks to that Black Hole. Yep, that'll clean up the push there, and we now look to Mephisto to try and come up with an answer to this half a Scrat Horde and Plasma Marines, which Defenso and just auto attacks will do it. And we're looking back towards Cole, as Propeller Scrats are actually not... well, they're going to escape the Plasma Marines, which will go down to the Spear Throwers, and then they'll just run into the back of the Defenso Chopper there. And now Cole has access to both bridges as he drops the second Demon Warrior down.
Mephisto, in the meanwhile, jumps with Tetsu on the field to clean up these Legionnaires remaining on his face.
Yep. Unfortunately, she does need 2 shots even after she lands on those spear throwers due to her health. Okay. He threw out a rampage there. I wasn't sure what he was going for. It looks like a rampage rammer going to go all the way to the face by 1 hit. Not going to find a second, but that's still 360 damage just off that 1 hit.
Yep.
For 6
Cleaver
mana.
will answer the Demon Warrior here.
Yep. Cleaver will answer the Demon Warrior. Plasma Marines will clean up the Scrat Horde as we see another Illusory Cleaver get dropped here from Cole to grab bridges. And Spear Thrower is going to eat this Cleaver at bottom lane thanks to Inspire. Yep. And now we see Setsu dropping in with Reboomer to clean up the remainder of those Spear Throwers as the 3rd Demon Warrior gets dropped on the top lane.
Now, actually, Demon Warrior starts to get a bit scary on the 3rd level with perk 2 of King Puff here.
Yeah, but meanwhile on the bottom lane we see a Rampage Reboomer coming in with Rampage Rammer. That's going to be 500 damage. That even manages to tap the face there. That is a lot of damage that just took place there. Another Rampage Rammer hit that's going to drop Cole down to 465, and now he's in extreme danger against the Setsu. But there are plenty of Scrats over here. Defenso Chopper is going to clean up most of those Scrats. Setsu still needs to reload before she can finish off this push here, but she's just going to go straight to face now. She's going to throw in some damage here. We might see the Shock Rock to buy an extra few hits here with the reload. That's going to drop him down to just 1 hit from this Rammer. Rampage goes out, but it doesn't find its target thanks to the Trick Swap, and Inspired Scrat Horde is going to drop the Rammer before he can get to face.
Yeah, and now we see all these units coming to Mephisto's face. Now Setsu is on reload.
Yeah, but the problem here for Cole is he needs this Demon Warrior to catch Setsu or he's going to lose, and unfortunately that looks to be what just happened.
Yeah, even that Cleaver came... Oh, it's the Illusory.
Yeah, that would have been an Illusory, not helping.
Not even a real Cleaver would have helped here.
Yeah, unless he was dropped directly on top, that was just game there, really. So that's going to be 2-0 going towards Mephisto. So
2-0 for Mephisto.
That means that he gets to go up against Shady in round 2. But before
Mephisto
we see that,
Shady.
Yeah, before we see that, we're going to continue down the line here to match 3, Boxes versus Cat.
They should know each other from the ladder, actually.
Yes, they should. They're going to really bring out some big damage here on each other, I'm sure. So we'll see how that goes down. Our first game is, of course, at the 41-minute mark, I believe. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. And we've got Setsu on the left here. Cat bringing all the Palace decks yesterday, so that's what we can probably expect here. Boxes being on the Stormbringer. Throwing down the Crossbow Guild, we can assume it's the control deck. We'll see if Cat can manage to get through it.
Yeah, I mean, the Palace push is really scary, even for control Stormbringer here. And there's already the Whirly Scrat.
Yeah, it looks like Cat's going to want to go top lane here. Unless he's just throwing down the Whirly to grab the bridge. That will cause Boxes to respond with Plasma Marines with that Ghost Turret to answer it. But that's just going to invoke the response of a Blue Golem dropped at the back of the base for Cat. Blue Golem taking quite a bit of damage now. Going to continue to take damage since Stormbringer now has his global peck. Just little 30 damage.
But now we see a Succubus for supporting the Blue Golem on the bridge. Here comes a Scrat Horde out and a Cleaver.
Yep, the Cleaver will finish off that Blue Golem, and he's going to be looking for that Succubus next. He's going to find it Absolutely perfectly played on Box's part to win that push there. And now we see the cleaver from Cat, though. Doesn't quite find the face yet, but that's still a Rampage cleaver sitting on the face. There's Healing Fireball. There's 600 damage to the face now. Here comes a second hit of 600 damage. One more hit and it's over. But this full reload from Setsu might also just do it here. One more shot. There it is. Absolutely perfect.
First push.
And Cat brings down Boxes in game 1.
Wow. That Palace push.
Yeah. Palace don't care. He's just going to push straight on through. And we'll see if Boxes can come up with some kind of answer to that. Prevent it from happening again. And that's going to be at the 50-minute mark.
Exactly.
All right. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Got the Setsu again for Cat. 8 pep is what we got for Boxes this time around. Got a warrior out of Cat this time.
Doesn't look like the same deck though.
Ooh, that's a Colossus. We definitely have a new deck out of Cat here. I don't think we can call this one Palace.
I don't think so either.
That's going to be a Whelp to answer the warrior. And that will do just fine. No more supports coming out. Colossus gets dropped on the top lane here. It doesn't look like Boxes has an immediate lightning bolt or anything like that. He's going to go straight face here with Rammer, Whelp, and Succubus. Instead of answering the Colossus here, he's looking to do a lot of damage here. He might just find it. Daggerfall going to clean up the Plasma Marines. Whelp played just a split second too early. Gets answered by the Succubus. Now that's 55 DPS coming in from the Succubus. It's just going to keep rattling away, bringing Cat all the way down to about 1,600 here. But now that Colossus still needs answered.
Yep.
And here comes Rampage. It's now a very scary Colossus. Cleaver gets dropped behind.
Colossus connects on the face.
Yes, he does. And the what you call it?
Here comes the
Shock Rock does arrive
and
just
the black hole.
Beam comes in to save that Colossus, which causes, and thanks to the weird interaction there, he actually turned around and clipped the cleaver, killing it. And now we see Boxes once again very low from the opening push. And the next Colossus is already ready to go. Should Boxes try anything funny here?
Yeah, but Boxes definitely knows the Colossus is ready at this time, and here it gets dropped again. The upper lane.
Half a left stand. It's coming bottom lane. Had a lightning bolt this time. Say goodbye, Colossus. That might just set the pace for the rest of the game now. Rammer gets dropped in the top lane here. Boxes could be looking to just end it right now. There's going to be a black hole. Doesn't quite find any targets here. Shockrock delaying Setsu and the Plasma Marines from killing Rammer, allowing him to get another shot in. That's going to be another 800 damage to Cat.
And now the health is even again, almost. And we see Boxes taking over the pace of the game. That lightning bolt was definitely the best answer to this Colossus, though.
Oh yeah, there's a big difference of 5 mana here. He's gonna try and just heal up the stent to get a few more shots in, which maybe it was worthwhile. It's 120 damage. Colossus, of course, being ready for this Succubus Cleaver push if he wants to use it here, but he's got to find something else, or else there's going to be a lightning bolt. And he'll get the Succubus at least here. There's now a Whelp on the field as well. Colossus now being only a 50-50 for that lightning bolt. We're going to see the Whelps meet in front of Box's face here. Plasma Marines go down, but the lightning bolt's going to find Colossus anyways. That really hurts Cat here.
Yeah, but we really see a lot of lucky RNG in this tournament.
Oh, yeah. Now we have a full last stand coming out with the shield totem to buy all the time in the world here. Colossus, as we can see, is not ready yet. It might be ready by the time they reach face, but that may be too late. Here comes Rammer coming through the top lane here, giving both bridges to Boxes. And now there is a lot of DPS at the face here. That's 200 total DPS. There's a beam as well that's going to clear up the warrior and drop Cat down to a total of 20 health.
20 health.
Any spell will end Cat at this point.
Boxes just needs to yeah.
Just cycle a little bit here.
Just cycle through.
He's going to try and pull the cleaver down to the Colossus, but he's not going to find the correct target here. Scrap Pack going to be used to continue to kite and distract this cleaver here, but the clock is ticking. Colossus needs to get the face like right now. There's the shield totem and the shock rock finish.
And the shock rock. So we have a tied up game here between Cat and Boxes.
Who doesn't love a shock rock finish?
Well, the only thing I like more is actually a blast entry finish from Setsu.
Oh, those feel so good. Just dropping, especially back when you can drop directly on the face. But we're gonna see.
Still no, it just looks amazing.
Yeah, and we have our final game here, the decider of who stakes in the winner's bracket at the 55-minute mark.
Yes, sir.
And 3, 2, 1, here we go.
This is Minion.
Setsu versus Setsu.
We might be looking at all the face here.
And that looks like Palace deck again, out of Cat here.
Well, it's definitely what he's comfortable with from what we've seen in the other rounds, so... And it worked against Boxes earlier, so might as well try it again, right?
Definitely.
But this is going to be a Nest deck this time. If he can find what he wants from his random cards, this could very well spell the game here. We're going to see the first Whelp come out with Raging Crossbow Dudes as the second Nest gets dropped in top lane to try and deal with Cleaver and Plasma Marines. Last Stand's going to get dropped. That'll distract that Cleaver while the Whelp comes out, and another one comes bottom here right behind these Crossbow Dudes. They'll tank up a couple shots here. The Whelp will sit there and eat up the remaining ones. That causes Setsu to reload here, and that causes her to blast entry. And there's going to be the black hole to protect these Whelps from the entry damage.
Yeah, nice first push here.
Oh, and Boxes responds with another black hole to keep Setsu down, and that's 100 DPS on the face here for just a few moments, forcing Succubus to be played. And now we see Setsu being returned back onto her pedestal as even more damage went out onto the face, thanks to Box's own blast entry, changing the pace there.
That was almost 100 damage, though.
And that is a lightning bolt to answer the Succubus. Boxes, I'm sure, is happy about that, but that's still not the end of this push, as a Cleaver is coming in right now, and there's nothing standing around. There's the Rampage. Every hit now really matters. We're going to see a Rampaged Warrior come out, and she's going to clean up the Plasma Marines, but this is still a very healthy Cleaver. If he gets off this next hit, that is going to be the game going to Cat. We're going to see an extra unit, couple units spawned here. We're going to see the Black Hole delay this out just a little bit longer here, as a Whelp and Rampage Warrior are going to go to the face of Cat. Meanwhile, the Cleaver does not find the face there, and all these Whelps are now going to come in. Box is only at 300 health, but there is a giant push walking towards Cat. There's going to be a stun blast. Unfortunately, the Scrats are going to distract the dragons, but it's okay because Lightning Bolt's going to answer Succubus, and you see all this damage going out. That's finally going to give us a lull in the action here as Whirly answers Setsu.
Yep, a lot of action going on, and Cat is down to 860 health now, but this Cleaver is so dangerous for Boxes here.
Have to use the Last Stand here. Got to find some way to deal with the Whirly Scrat, or else that Last Stand's just not going to buy enough time here. Setsu blast entering in here. There is the Dragon's Nest. Setsu is now sitting on the face here. We see a Rampaged Warrior spawn up here. Box is now down to 55 health, trying to find any way to keep this Whirly off his face here, which is literally just like pixels away from hitting his face.
Oh my god.
And now we have
Oh my
two
God.
Rampaged Warriors, two Whelps, and here comes Setsu as well.
Here
Stun Blast
comes
gonna
the
come
Setsu
out.
jump.
Oh my, here we go. Succubus is actually going to die before the Healing Fireball drops, and now you have all these Rampaged Warriors. Shock Rock goes to the face of boxes, dropping it in the 15, and Cat will die anyway.
Wow. What a game. What a game.
Positioning is king.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if we had boxes now live on stream, I wonder if he would just tell us that was calculated, boys. 55 health is enough to live through the next Shock Rock and finish that game. Wow, that was an amazing show right now.
Oh yeah, and that is just showing us just what makes these players the best of the best. Being able to calculate exactly what you need to be able to pull out a win. And that's going to bring us to match 4, Kazlarico and Remedy.
Yeah, Remedy. I mean, we saw him in the group stage, that amazing game against Wango. I cannot stress enough to just show all the respect to him. I mean, stalling that Mana Frenzy for so long, and then even taking that game with his own Mana Frenzy. It was amazing to watch. But Kaz on the other side, I mean, Kazlarico is a really good player. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
let's find out what
we have the
what Remedy
oldest of
can
the
do
old
here.
players, and although Remedy may catch a new player off guard, Kazlarico has seen these decks before, so I'm sure he has the answer. First game is at the 33-minute mark.
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Welcome back to another exciting round of Minion Master.
Gonna have the
Kazlarico here
Apex.
on Apex and Stormbringer from Remedy.
Well, I suppose that means we're not going to see the ATG unless he chose the wrong master. But we will see the Tranquil at least. We're going to see
Here
Blood
comes-
Imps meet up with Swarmers here to take the lane. Stint going to turn the final fight there. Daggerfall will arrive in time to answer the reboomer that would have really punished those Blood Imps on the top lane.
Yep, in the meanwhile we see some Plasma Marines taking back the bridges for Remedy.
Yeah, and we see a future present enter the hand of Kazlarico. So that may be the reason that this game swings whichever way it might. As a Xiaolong is going to make it a little less enticing to use right now, but he's going to do it anyway. He's going to find a Zeppelin for free here.
Zero Mana Zeppelin.
And his free card is also going to be Swarmers. That gives him a lot of cycle potential in this game here. But unfortunately, nothing to really help him with defense right now.
Looks like he needs to go a little bit more aggressive here.
Well, we're going to see the Cleaver and Swarmers come out here. We're going to see Shockrock go off to answer the Reboomer on the back there. And that's going to give him a little bit of an opening here as a second Cleaver gets dropped.
And the Zeppelin coming in.
The 2 Cleavers, free Zeppelin. This looks like a lot of damage that's going to come in here. Swarmers are going to buy a little time here, but the Plasma Marine... Oh, Daggerfall going to answer absolutely everything for defense there, as these 2 Cleavers are going to turn around and go to the face right now for... Bam, bam, there's 600 damage, another 250 from that Zeppelin. Another 300, another 300. Look at all this damage. If they swing
Remedy.
again, it's over. There's one more hit from this Cleaver. They need to die. There it is. Finally, Remedy
There it is.
absolutely on the back foot now.
Absolutely on the back foot now. It's only 205 health left, and
Here comes that Zeppelin that did so much damage before, but there are 2 Swarmers in the way here to tank up these Plasma Marines and Stormbringer, and that's going to be the Zeppelin finishing the game
that's
up.
the game. Already almost the 2-minute mark.
Future present, King card. Doesn't matter what it gives you.
I think Shady will be proud. I mean, it was a Zeppelin finishing the game, right?
Oh, you kids and your Zeppelins. But that's going to bring us to game 2. Double cleaver. Who really expects that one?
Double cleaver, and they did so much damage. Poor Remedy here.
and you know, it may cost more than a rampage, and they still do the same damage, but they can take out twice as many minions. And that's the scary thing. But that we're gonna see what goes down in game 2 at the 39-minute mark.
Yes.
All right. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. They're going to switch sides for us. We're going to have Kaz on the right with his Stormbringer up against Remedi's Setsu, which is going to be, I believe this was his Call to Arms deck.
Yeah, it looks like. Or maybe we see a wall, we see a ghost turret, here's a firewall, the Defenso, Scrathord.
Yeah, I believe this was his pressure Call to Arms deck, where he only has the 2 buildings. And unfortunately, he's not finding that Call to Arms. This could, of course, be that ATG deck out of Kaz. We're going to see a Daggerfall clean up the Scrat Horde here. We're going to see a Fireball clean up the Stent as more Plasma Marines get dropped behind this living statue here, looking to find their way into the face of Remedy. But a Ghost Turret is going to die to living statue that's rampaged, and now the living statue finally falls. This rampaged Plasma Marine getting so much value in, actually. And Setsu will have to come in and finish it off.
Now Remedy managed to find his Call to Arms, but
unfortunately he had to give up his Ghost Turret to do that.
Yep.
And now we see the next push starting up out of Kaz. And we see Defenso Chopper going to come in to tank up a bit as we see the ATG that's become infamous.
There's the ATG drone.
That's going to be a Fireball. It'll at least bring it somewhat low here. It still needs more damage. A Plasma Marine just by itself isn't going to be enough there. That's going to be the ATG. It may reach face here. There's not much in the way of answers for Remedy here other than his Setsu's auto attacks, but she's stuck on the living statue. And that's the ATG just doing its thing. Propeller Scrats will come in to finally finish it off there after it managed to get off a couple hundred points of damage. And we see the Call to Arms finally used with that wall to bring down living statue. But we already see the next push coming in.
There's already the next push with a Tranquil. See the statue, some scraps.
There's the Rampage. That is now a very heavy hitting Tranquil that unfortunately dies before he can heal up there, that which would have really spelled the end of the game here for Remedy. But now he gets to use his Scrat Horde to bring down this living statue. Hopefully it'll do it before he gets to the face. He'll throw down the wall due to the concern of that. And that will finally be a little bit of a break here as we see the next Call to Arms come out. Unfortunately, we're only seeing one warrior come out each time here, but we are seeing the cycle come out faster and faster, and there's no new statue coming out of Kaz here. There it finally is, but it's so deep in his own territory still.
Yeah, but Remedy needs to manage to catch up in XPs because if Kaz manages to get a third perk, it will be even harder for him with that minigun Stormbringer.
Yep, but now we see this full push coming out of Kaz here. See the Rampage coming out. That is now 100 damage coming out of the ATG. Meanwhile, Tranquil is actually going to heal up here. He officially got his value. And that is going to be a very scary push now as Tranquil is going to try and find his way to the face. Unfortunately, he's not going to thanks to the wall here, but the wall is just melting. Setsu's going to come in. She wants to answer the ATG, but she can't. Tranquil is still tanking her up. He's still throwing down 100 damage shots here. He's going to clean up the Swarmers as well. And that is Remedy falling under 500 health off this push. Over 2,000 damage off that one push there, and now there's that perk 3 you were talking about for Kaz.
There's the perk 3, and we see already another statue.
Defenso's getting dropped bottom lane here. I guess that answers the Plasma Marine, but there's so much more that still needs answered. He's sitting on mana here. He's going to drop the Ghost Turret back behind his Master to try and buy a little bit of time here, but that ATG is just going to do wonders there, and that's going to be the game because of it.
That Ghost Turret does nothing against the ADG actually, and that was the problem here. The wall, he found it too late because the wall before melted so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Cass just punished that.
Yeah, unfortunately, ATG is so rarely used, it's hard to imagine that it's coming your way, especially if you haven't known that Kaz is using it. I mean, if he catches you off guard with that, you have very little in the way of protection against air. You can see the dominance that just came out right like that. So
exactly, and the thing is, we're on a level of gameplay right now where misplays because you don't know how to act against a specific unit just get punished so hard that can cost you the game on its own. And Cash showed that right now.
Yep, so that's going to be Kaz advancing into round 2 to face off against Boxes. And that's going to give us our full losers bracket down below. With Gamer, Cole, Cat, and Ramini, they're going to fight it out to find if any of them get to raise their prize pool. But before we go to them, we're going to continue following the winners bracket here. And that's going to be Shady and Mephisto.
Shady and Mephisto. I mean, we saw Shady kicking out Rush, which was definitely not expected. And his performance in this tournament is really good. And we also saw him fighting Gamer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was pretty dominant there.
He was pretty dominant there, and let's find out if Mephisto can deal with all the phase damage and the rush that Shady shows regularly.
Alright, we'll find that out at the 57-minute mark.
Yes.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting
Setsu against Setsu.
Yep. Looks like that's the Nest deck out of Shady. But that's going to be a Reboomer. Stun Blast will arrive in time, but that means that he can't pair it with his Nest. So early EXP advantage goes to Shady here, but I don't think he's going to be happy about that.
No, he regularly says on stream that he doesn't care about XP, so...
I mean, he normally tries to end it before XP really becomes a factor, so I wouldn't be surprised here.
Exactly.
But this living statue is going to be quite the threat to a nest if it's not placed perfectly. And the beam is going to go ahead and answer that first nest, and now he has to find what he wants to do. If he wants to drop this second nest here, he will. He's going to allow it to continue to sit. Living statue is just getting free hits on the face here as he continues to build up mana. There's Setsu, she's going to come in here.
Now.
She's looking for the nest there, and she'll find it. And that's still going to be 2 rampaged whelps coming out of Shady with a prowler. Stun Blast is going to buy a little time to allow these whelps to try and reach the face. Hopefully they can find a tank. That's going to be Daggerfall coming in to eat up that Reboomer, and Prowler's going to continue to tank, and we actually see Dragon Pack coming out of Mephisto of all the cards, while a Defenso was at his face. Shady just going to go ahead and reset his blast entry to get a few more shots in on Mephisto here. He actually managed to cycle all the way around. And that's going to be another beam coming in. Unfortunately, it doesn't get that dragon though. But Shady is down to 860 now, while Mephisto is still sitting all the way up near 1600 health. It's going to be a Musketeer to take the bridge here. So that's going to give him Mephisto access to his reload right now as he's going in. Hopefully he was trying to get into that nest there, but Defenso going to tank him up here, and we're going to see more Rampage Whelps coming out, this time with the Blastmancer to back them up. There's that stun blast to buy the time for these whelps to reach face. That's Daggerfall. It's going to immediately answer a stint as soon as it's played here. And the last Rampage Dragon goes down as Setsu now needs to reload, who is now focusing on that Blastmancer, now focusing on the other Setsu. And we see Swarmers reaching the face of Shady here. He may just want to hold out and just let them do their thing here. 54 DPS, no joke. There's a Gax. And they're both going to drop under 400, and that's just going to cause the beam to come in from Mephisto to end Shady.
Well, seems like Mephisto managed to stop that rush.
It was very close, though. Honestly,
it was very close. But that first push from Mephisto, letting a statue hit your face so many times is actually not a good idea.
Yeah, unfortunately, all those Swarmers, they got a lot of damage in there, and then the Gax, he didn't really help the problem there. He ended Shady's push there at the same time and dropping him underneath the threshold.
This time Orange Jesus was not on Shady's side.
Yeah,
that Gax
yes, he finally got abandoned.
One so low.
Well, that's going to bring us to the top of the hour for their game 2. If you are ready, sir. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Double Setsu again.
Double Setsu again.
We got the face Setsu out of Shady this time around. We'll see if it can find it. Early bridge is going to go to Mephisto here thanks to his Scrat Pack. We're going to see a Rammer just get thrown down onto the field so that he can see what Mephisto responds with, and that's going to be a Cleaver. That Rammer doesn't even manage to get to the face thanks to Setsu's 2-shot follow-up. That's going to be a Rampage coming down, giving him Rampage Plasma Marines behind that Cleaver. That Living Statue is not going to last very long against that, but Blood Imps are going to try and clean it up here, but that's going to be a Stun Blast to buy the time that he needs, and that's going to be some 600 damage hits going to the face here. Black Hole going to make the Plasma Marines disappear here. He may got this second imp. He does! That's 1200 damage from that Cleaver. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Shady already down half his health. And we're now meeting the 1 minute mark.
Yeah. The pushes are only going to get scarier from here. We're going to see the rampage. We're going to see the exact same strategy coming out here, but this time it is Shady doing it here. He's going to try and land on everything. Lands just a moment too soon here, so everything that was under the black hole was just perfectly fine. Rampage on Mephisto's Cleaver is going to clean up the other Cleaver, and now we have this giant push going back the way to Shady. And I highly doubt he wants to play those Blood Imps this time, especially with a Reboomer coming in from behind. That's going to be 600 to the face here as Cleaver reaches the face. Daggerfall going to clean up the Plasma Marines and pop the Reboomer here, but that's still not enough to stop that Cleaver. That's another 600 there, and the extra 2 shots from Setsu are going to end it.
And Setsu finishes it.
2-0.
Wow, no. That was actually winning against Shady with Shady's weapon, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very good response from Mephisto here, and Shady just didn't have the tools to deal with that pushes.
Yeah, and we continue to see the domination streak from Mephisto here as he advances into the winners finals with no games dropped, I believe, total. I'm not even sure if he dropped one in the group stage, honestly. So
he shows a very, very good performance at this tournament, and he plays so concentrated. One can see that, and I mean he got all the experience to take the games here. But yeah, in the losers bracket, there are quite some good names and scary names. We still have Boxes, for example, won the last KPC against Rush in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited to see. Now he's up against Cass, right?
So we'll see which of these Titans can bring the other down, and that's going to be our first game at
The 7-minute mark?
Kaz and boxes. Yes, 7 minutes.
Yep, 7.
Alright, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we're going to have boxes on the left here with his Stormbringer up against Kaz's APEP. We'll see what goes down. Control versus... not really sure what to call Kaz's deck.
Control versus APEP. Just Control versus APEP, yeah. Here we see the Crossbow Guild get dropped by boxes.
Yep, but we'll see the Tranquil Shihao come out, and he's going to easily clean up the Crossbow dude, so it's going to require some other answer. We're going to see some Plasma Marines here. We're going to see the Cleaver come down. Daggerfall going to absolutely answer all the swarm there, and Tranquil's just going to heal up on the back of this Cleaver. And that is now a pretty scary push, reaching really far here. We're going to see Blood Imps drop in the back here to create some additional pressure alongside Plasma Marines instead. As a Cleaver comes down here, he's going to get Shock Rock. That's going to reset his attack animation. Tranquil just continues hitting here. Now, as Cesar says, that's amazing. That's a Daggerfall cleaning up the remaining of that push there. I'm not sure. Maybe he wanted to hold out a little bit longer to get off that Cleaver hit on a Blood Imp, but cleaned up nonetheless.
Cleaned up nonetheless, and now we see a few Plasma Marines and Crossbow dudes reaching Kaz face here. Getting cleaned up by APEP.
Yep, we see the Crossbow Guild coming down and restarting that push from before here. We see Scrat Horde coming out to support this Cleaver. Then it will get quite a bit of work here until these Plasma Marines come out. Daggerfall going to clean up absolutely everything there. Warrior to tank up the Cleaver for a hit, as Ghost Turret will apply the DPS. He's still going to have to hit it one more time. We see Blood Imps and Plasma Marines. Blood Imps actually going to tank a hit from that Ghost Turret there, really trying to save the Cleaver, but just can't manage to do it. We just see this huge cluster of bodies on that bottom bridge there that just couldn't get through. And the Pex from Stormbringer continue.
The Crossbow Guild does so much work here, the constant pressure on the bottom lane.
And now they have the increased range.
Tranquil.
Which, honestly, I'm not sure if that helps or hurts when you've got a Tranquil Shihao on the field here. We're going to see Daggerfall come out to answer all the Plasma Marines. That'll help a bit. See Scrat Horde and Blood Imps come down here, but they're just going to get answered by the Plasma Marines. Or maybe not. They're just going to get overrun too here as the rest of the push comes.
There's the Ghost Turret.
Yeah, the Ghost Turret just going to get Shock Rocked alongside the Crossbow Guild there, which Cleaver will take advantage of, and that gets a little bit of damage here onto the face of Boxes here as he finally manages to get bloodied as well in this fight. That's going to be a Daggerfall. That's going to clean up the remaining of the push here as Tranquil now reaches the face of Stormbringer. And the push just keeps coming out of Kaz here, but that's going to be a Defenso Chopper. That'll handle all this melee, and it will even punish those Blood Imps so much. 100 damage each back to the face of Kaz. He cannot be happy about that at all. But what he can be happy about is that he managed to get another 800 damage out of that push. And that's going to be a Shock Rock opening the window for Cleaver to now reach the face as a second Cleaver comes out here looking to hit the face again. That's going to be a Daggerfall cleaning up the Plasma Marines. Cleaver's going to find the face one more time, dropping Boxes now down all the way to 195 health as all these Blood Imps were about to come and meet Cleaver, but apparently not. Thanks, Daggerfall.
Boxes cannot take any damage anymore.
Nope. Tranquil looking to end the Cleaver, but not going to be quite enough here. Stent going to answer a Plasma Marine, and finally the Cleaver with the help of Kaz's Shield Totem there. If the Cleaver ever manages to reach the face again, Boxes is dead here. Here's the Daggerfall to soften up this Ghost Turret here, but that's not going to be enough to actually win the day. But both bridges are now Kaz's, and we still don't see perk 3 out of Boxes yet. There's going to be Scrat Hordes and Cleavers going at it here. Cleaver going to get reset by that Shock Rock, but it's perfectly okay because there were still Scrats around to soak up that hit from the Cleaver here. And now we have a Plasma Marine coming in. Kaz is going to go ahead and use his... Oh, that must be his random cards. Call to arms, and it must be his random card there.
Yep, once again, call to arms on APEP.
It's finding value. He didn't necessarily need to use the Shrine Totem for anything else, so may as well add in that extra 3 mana. There's going to be a Shock Rock. He's trying to find the face of boxes here. He's going to find it.
Yep, that's it. Cast takes it, the first game against Boxes, and yeah, Boxes was just fighting to survive here.
Yeah,
Down to
unfortunately,
195 health.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was going to say, unfortunately, Boxes, although putting up all that fight, he just couldn't manage to find his way back to the bridges. They always seem to be under Kaz's control there. And
yeah, Kaz was pushing constantly forward, and he was controlling the bridges so well against the control deck, actually. And yeah, he also managed the ghost turret very well, and that allowed him to get in the cleavers and the actual threats.
Right. Well, we're gonna see if Boxes can come up with something a little better than Stormbringer control for bringing down Kaz here, as it clearly doesn't work. That's gonna be at the 13-minute mark.
Yes.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
And we see Boxes on APEP and now Cast on the Stormbringer.
Yeah. Seems to be the name of the game. Bring the APEP first, bring the ATG out next. On Nightbringer, Stormbringer. We see all these expensive cards in the hand of Boxes here. Beam, Succubus, and Defenso.
Defenso got dropped on the bottom lane.
Living Statue setting up the push here for Kaz. There's the Plasma Marines as well. He'll take the bridges and apply a little bit of damage here to this Defenso. Succubus getting dropped now, and thanks to both bridges going the way of Kaz, that opens up the window for the last stand here to really pump down this statue. Shockrock almost giving the space needed to drop that whole push from Boxes there, but unfortunately Daggerfall
Boxes got a free Shockrock.
That's pretty helpful. And that's going to be a beam to answer the... Ooh, no. Tranquil's going to take one more step and walk right out of the beam and then heal back up to full.
That's unfortunate for Boxes here.
Tranquil, this is why you OP. So, we're going to see this next
Tranquil with a living statue coming on the bottom lane.
Yep. And that's going to invoke the response of a Cleaver into that Tranquil, which will clean it up very quickly. Now we have Plasma Marines. They're all going to be rampaged here. That free Shock Rock showing some value there, but the Rampage Plasma Marines just going to absolutely eat that whelp alive. The Rampage Plasma Marines actually pumping in a lot of damage into the face. Now we have a Shock Rock coming out, but not soon enough to save those Plasma Marines. Still resulting in 1,000 damage push, though.
Yep, and now we will see how Boxes will respond. We'll see the Succubus, but without any support.
And that's just going to die to this Tranquil here. He's going to heal back up to full from that little bit of damage that she could do to him. We see the Living Statue get dropped top while the Defenso comes bottom. But Last Stand is ready. And it's actually going to get dropped bottom here. He looks like he wants to ignore that Living Statue and just create all the pressure. But that's just going to cause the ATG to come in and just do absolutely massive damage. But, oh, I was going to say the beam is in hand to answer that ATG, but it doesn't look like he wants to use it. He now wants to answer that Living Statue.
That reaches the face. First hit.
Getting hits
a second hit.
Here comes the Rampage. It's going to be on that ATG as well, and that's a very scary premise there. got to find some way to defeat this ATG, or I guess he's just tank a few hits from it, but that's 300 damage that he just took that he didn't necessarily need to. But he's going to get a rammer and a cleaver in for free here, and that's going to cause the beam to come out to answer the tranquil, and that rammer is still up. Finally goes down, but the cleaver is still there, and he's going to look to claim one more plasma marine, but he's not going to quite swing in time. Now we see the living statue walking over to Box's side yet again.
Yet again, this is the next push now, but at least Box has managed to get the health even. The ADG's dropped again.
Oh, but it's all alone
Waiting for
against
the
the
rampage,
Whelp.
here it is.
The Whelp is actually going to kill the ATG this time. Kaz might be in a lot of trouble here. Thanks to this cleaver being dropped, it's going to take down the statue as well. No hits to Boxes yet. And we're going to see a powerful last stand, I imagine. Yep, there it is. We're going to see one Legionnaire split off to take the top lane, as the rest are going to go bottom to give this cleaver some support, and Rammer's going to come in top to just confuse the defenses up a little bit more. And the living statue is going to be used to tank up all these Legionnaires while the Plasma Marine tries to kill it, but we still have that Rammer that's sitting on the face here. He only needs a one...
And that's the dagger
yeah,
fall.
one more hit. There it is. That's beam range. That's the game going to Boxes. That gives us our 1-1.
That's the 1-1, and Boxes managed this. In the beginning, it seemed like he was not handling the matchup too well, and but he managed to reach the phase once, and yeah, from there on he took the game. And losing that ADG to that single whelp,
yeah, that really
was
hurt.
that was a big deal.
Well, we're going to find out what answers they both come up with for this final game here to decide who gets to go and face off against Mephisto. And that's going to be at the 17-minute mark.
Let's go.
In 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we got a Setsu out of Boxes. We got the APEP back on Kaz. Gonna see if it can find the same victory it did in Game 1. Up against what I can partially assume is either Palace or Nest.
Palace or Nest again.
Looks like Palace.
Yep.
Stun Blast is
That's the
gonna
blue
buy a
golem.
few more seconds here. And there's gonna be a Blood Imps. Well, if only Kaz knew there was a Golem. And it's going to be Rampage, which just makes it all the scarier. At least I assume it will be. No, he's just going to play the Drone Walker instead. He's going to play Fireball. His own Blood Imps are actually going to get caught in part of that Fireball as well, and that just barely manages to answer the Cleaver. And now Tranquil's going to get a few hits in here thanks to Setsu needing to reload. And that is a grand total of 930 damage off that opening push. In one that you would assume he had the advantage on. That's going to be
definitely
a window for Kaz to use his future presence as this Cleaver comes down. It's going to have a Rampage. Oh, it was a Healing Shrine, it looks like. He's just going to use that to tank up a couple seconds here. He's going to use a Stint to tank up for a couple more seconds. And that's going to cause it to go face here. Setsu's going to drop in. She's going to distract this Cleaver for a little bit, especially with a Stun Blast, and that's going to cause a Black Hole to come out there. That'll eat up those Spirit Infusions as well, as we see even more Black Holes come out to cause the Cleaver to run off to Box's face here. He might find some Plasma Marines, but he's not going to find anything else. He'll find some Blood Imps to beat on him as well, but that Cleaver got so much damage with that Setsu and Daggerfall to add in some more insult to injury, doing a grand total of about 1,800 damage on that push there. Fireball going to punish the Blood Imps of Boxes there, dropping him down to 840.
Yep. Again, even in HP, and this game goes just back and forth with the big pushes dealing so much damage.
Now we see this blue golem set up to really do some damage here. Cleaver in hand, but Boxes has to be very careful here. Here comes a Cleaver, And there's going to be Rampage. Cleaver's just going to instantly pop here. Healing Shrine be damned. Here comes the second Cleaver here. He's going to use up his shield totem to tank up a hit from that Cleaver to buy his own a little bit more time there. He's now going to use Plasma Marines to buy even more time. He's got to find... Oh, unfortunately, can't stop that Golem in time. Here comes the Cleaver. It's now sitting at the face. All he has to do is hit, and it's over. And he's going to.
And he will hit.
That is Boxes moving on to face Mephisto.
Boxes versus Mephisto. To be honest, I was more like, let's let that be the final, but well, maybe that's the mini final here. I mean, the question is, will we see Boxes in the grand finals again after the last KPC against whoever makes it out from the losers bracket?
Yeah, we could see the same thing we saw in the King Puff Cup, where Rush beat Boxes, and then Boxes came through and faced off against Rush again and just took it. No, wait. Boxes beat Rush. Rush came back.
Rush came back and was beaten again.
Yes. But both those went to Game 5, so there's still excitement to be had there. And this time around, we've got Mephisto and Boxes, and we're going to watch that match next. But this is, of course, a best of 5. And then we will go through our entire loser bracket to see which of these players might find their revenge. But now, first we need to find out who's the one that ends up down there. And that's going to be our first game at what looks to be the 25-minute mark.
Yes.
Alright. In 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Minion Masters.
So we're going to have Boxes on the left here, Mephisto on the right.
APEP versus APEP.
Yep, we got that slightly expensive deck out of Boxes here, giving him all the attack speed in the world for anything that might show up.
But for now, we're just waiting. Both hit 10 mana at this time.
See the Cleaver
And
get
now
dropped
we
by
see a
Mephisto.
Cleaver.
Last Stand is ready, though, if he wants to combine it with his Defenso Chopper. We're going to see a Rammer come in through the top here. So that will be answered by the Last Stand, but Beam is going to come out. Unfortunately, it's not going to catch the Last Stand, but it will still deal 400 damage to the face, so hashtag maybe worth it? The Defenso's going to reach face here. His Last Stand's going to take the top bridge, and Mephisto's in a lot of trouble here. And Succubus and Rammer also coming in here. This is such a giant push that really needs answered. And there's going to be a Cleaver to try and clean up the Rammer here. That will work for a little bit, but that's not going to clean up the Last Stand in any short amount of time here. We might see Mephisto going down early, but that's going to be his own Last Stand that comes out here looking to do a lot of damage, but that's a Boomer coming in the bottom lane that's going to be answered by a Shock Rock Beam coming in to answer most of this Last Stand, while Succubus will clean up the rest with the Whelp, and that's 2,500 damage done so far here. Daggerfall is going to come out. This Succubus is looking to just end it here. Does Mephisto have anything left? That's looking like nope, and he goes down because of it.
1 minute 30 seconds, and Boxes got already a first game.
Wow.
What a gigantic push.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens when you're able to use your opponent's push against them. They throw down something kind of tanky like a Rammer, and your units are able to just sit there and build up for a little bit longer, giving you an extra 1 or 2 mana, and that causes something like the Succubus to come out there. So that'll bring us to Game 2, and that is at the 28-minute mark. We'll see if that one lasts any longer.
Yeah, let's find out if Mephisto finds answers against that early aggression here from Boxes.
Yep, and 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Let the fight commence.
Let's kick some monster
Well, we're going to see the bridges are actually going to go to boxes since Blood Imps beat Scrap Pack. But it's also a dangerous
Definitely.
play to just throw onto the field. We'll see if Mephisto can punish it any way. We're going to see Stun Lancers of all the cards.
Stun Lancers.
They don't exactly punish Blood Imps. Oh,
No.
I think I know what this is. This is the Crossbow Guild deck. Yes, there it is. He uses those Stun Lancers as tanks and distractors for those big units, and we're going to see if he can get underway here to really deal all the damage to boxes. But first he's got to deal with this giant blue golem here. Ghost Turret will do a lot of work for that. 67 DPS, all the crossbow dudes. Here's a cannon roller as well. Blue golem never stood a chance. And here's Setsu here.
Setsu will jump in.
That's just suicide at this point, but hey, I guess he got the crossbow guild, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that was what boxes wants here. Just bring down the crossbow guild.
Unfortunately,
and
she's going to have to reload here, which is
denying-
going to cause Cannon Roller to get off an additional shot there, and his shots are no joke.
No, definitely not. But now we see a cleaver out of boxes,
Yep.
along with Blood Imps and all rampage now.
Yep. With the Drone Walker as well, just one-shotting crossbow dudes, and now it's locked onto the face of the guild. That's going to be a stun blast that comes out to delay everything, but the crossbow guild's already gone. And now Mephisto is really on the back foot here as he tries to throw out a ghost turret, but there's a healing fireball. Now Cleaver's looking to hit the face here, but he just keeps finding scrats. He's got to be frustrated. Here comes Setsu. She's going to try and drop down perfectly. Yeah, but not quite perfectly enough. Cleaver finds another Plasma Marine, but he's going to finally find the face here for 600 damage, and that's going to bring Mephisto under 1,000 health as more Blood Imps walk in. Here comes the next Cleaver
He's
now.
down to 400 now.
And that's going to be the game, though. That Rampage
already
Drone
game.
Walker just pumping out 90 damage hits over and over and over again. So that's game 2, going to boxes.
Yep, that was... I mean, we saw yet another rushy tactic. I call it rushy now, because it was... Yeah, it was rush. But, I mean... That's kind of... We saw that a lot in this tournament. At the group stage and even now at the final stage. And let's find out what the players will come up with. Because this is a best of 5 and you cannot rely only on your rush tactics here. Because, I mean, against the Mephisto, he's so experienced and can definitely find answers to that. So Boxes needs to get creative a bit.
Yep, well, we'll see what happens here at the 32-minute mark as Boxes tries to find his game 3. If you are ready.
Let's go.
3,
I am.
2, 1, here we go.
Masters, get ready.
Double Setsu.
Double Setsu.
And it's going to be a Dragon's
And
Nest deck
a
out of
Dragon
Boxes.
Nest.
We'll see just what Mephisto comes up with. It may be the same thing. It may be a rush deck just to put him back in his place. We don't know yet. Here comes the first nest. Just going to save up mana because there's no pressure yet. Reboomer gets dropped top lane. There's the second nest. Still
The
waiting.
second one.
Still waiting.
We're waiting. 10 mana again. Now here we go.
The Reboomer will actually answer the nest here. That lowers the value of all the remaining spell cards. You see Setsu drop in as Last Stand goes out. We still don't see a lot in the way of mana being spent here on Mephisto. He's going to drop a Defenso Chopper, but it's going to go to the top lane now. That will answer up the remaining of that Last Stand and Whelps from that side, but there's still one more Whelp and a Legionnaire on the bottom there that's going to be answered by a Cleaver. And we're going to see if it can reach the face here, but there are scrats sitting in the hand as a Rammer is going to come down as well. This in a lot of trouble here. Lightning Bolt still not looking good yet. There's a Rampage.
Yes, the
Now it's
Rampage
starting
now.
to look kind of good, but you don't want to waste it on something that has so little health, but it's going to find the face. That's 600 damage. This Oh, the stun blast! That's going to shut down the nest. He can't even spawn whelps right now. Here comes Setsu. She's going to tank up for that push. And that is... Oh, there's 980 damage there. That's not quite enough, though, to finish.
But Boxes is down to 220 health now.
Yeah.
And that looks very, very scary for him. I mean, a cleaver reached his face, and the cleaver was so low already. That's unfortunate.
Managed to get 2 hits in while only being on maybe 20 health. Here comes a rampage out. It's going to get black holed to prevent that from happening, but he's got to find so much more here. There's going to be the rampage warrior coming out, and he's got to find an answer as soon as this black hole ends, or he's out. And nope, Rammer gets that hit in.
Rammer gets that hit.
So that's going to be our first game going the way of Mephisto here.
Yeah, people found that against Dragon Nest, and yeah, like I said, it was so well played to get a cleaver with so less health, so low health in, and did so much damage actually.
Yeah,
A really good job.
2 rampaged hits while only having 20 health. You're just 1200 damage from something that just should be dead. That's just painful. So we're going to look at game 4 now. Box is still going to try and shut him down here, and we're going to see that at the 38-minute mark. If you are ready.
Yes, here we go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh, there he switched sides, so we got Mephisto on the left. We're going to actually see the gameplay from his side as Boxes is going to show up with his ADAP.
Seems like the same deck he played last game. I mean, it worked out very well.
And that's looking like that expensive deck out of Boxes. He's going to black hole the Rammer to go ahead and make that Succubus walk away while also resetting its attack. That's going to find one more hit as the Cleaver finally comes out now. And now he has to find a way to deal with this push. That's going to be the Cleaver coming out for the Succubus. I imagine the Scrat Pack for the Cleaver, and that's going to be a Rammer coming in the bottom lane now. It's going to be met with a Reboomer here. That will definitely clean that all up nice and neat. That gives him a Boomer, a Reboomer, a Cleaver, and a set of Plasma Marines to push in the boxes with, all completely untouched for the most part. Cleaver gets all the way to the face, finding 300 damage, and here's the last stand. That's going to buy, the Stun Blast going to buy some time against this last stand as the Cleaver gets in 2 extra hits thanks to that Stun Blast.
And again, Mephisto Cleaver finds so much value on the face, so much damage.
And now he has this Defenso to answer this push here if he wants to use it. He doesn't want to use it on the Whelp, it looks like, but he'll drop a Scrap Pack to take the bridges back. And that'll clean up the last stand, and not much damage taken. He's only taken 430 damage, and Boxes is missing half his health. Here comes a Rampage out to buff up both Setsu and the Rammer, and it's the Boxes was looking to beam it, but found a black hole instead.
Yeah, we see the push again from Mephisto. Here is the Rammer, connects to face. Stun Blast buys a little bit of time here.
Yeah, we see the Cleaver. He's going to answer the rest of that push.
But
and it's just going to find a Reboomer, though, and that's going to be the end of that Cleaver.
Yep. And Mephisto is already up to the next push here. See the Plasma Marines.
Yep, and that's all rampaged here. There's the Reboomer as well. It's going to get to the face, find that 500 damage, and that's actually going to end the game.
That's end the game. The last end was too late here. Didn't do anything.
And that is a 2-2. We're going to game 5 for our winners final.
We're looking at game 5, and we're looking on a potential re-sweep from Mephisto against Boxes. He was down 2-0. And now we have a tied-up series in that matchup.
Yeah, I think what happened here was Sinaloa was like, dude, you gotta win. I need more money. I'm not sure why Sinaloa gets the money, but we need more money, Mephisto. So
Maybe someone needs supplies here.
Yeah, need all the supplies that we can get. So 44-minute mark for our game 5.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, here we go. Stormbringer returns to the left side with boxes, and we have Setsu on the right side with Mephisto.
Yeah, Setsu worked out well for him here.
It's worked out quite a few times now. Gonna see if he can find anything, though. That Defenso Chopper being a real problem for him, but we see a living statue out of Mephisto this time.
Now, this is not the same deck then.
No, I think this is the phase deck, question mark? We're gonna see a Reboomer drop down here to answer the Warrior. Meanwhile, a Beam is gonna clean up the guild for boxes and do 400 damage to the face as this living statue is gonna start pushing towards boxes here with Plasma Marines in tow. I assume it's all going to be answered by a Scrat Horde, but not before floating an extra mana or two. But that is a Shock Rock that's going to clean up all of them, and that's going to force the Cleaver to come out to try and bring down this living statue, but he's still going to need 2 more hits, but he's just going to get Black Hold. That's going to be a couple hits more from this living statue. Here comes Setsu. She's going to sit on those Plasma Marines, and that's going to kill them off, and then she's going to target the Cleaver, unfortunately, instead of the face, but maybe that's going to work out anyway, since you don't want a Cleaver with a lot of health.
Yeah, but Boxes is already down to 1400 health here out of that first push of Mephisto.
And the next living statue's coming. Musketeer shows up, and that's going to answer this Cleaver, no problem. So, and we're going to have a Reboomer sitting behind living statue, but not if it gets Daggerfall. That's fine, though. We still got Swarmers. Musketeer almost to the face. He's going to die just before he reaches. But this Warrior just getting eaten alive by all these Swarmers. Scrat Horde going to die to a Shock Rock yet again, and this living statue's finally going to come down, and we might see a bit of a break here, but no. Setsu gets to the face, requiring the Ghost Turret to come down before finally ending that push from Mephisto, who's in a very good position this game.
A very good position indeed.
Next living
He's
statue.
controlling the pace of this game, throwing out push after push, and Boxes seems to struggle to find the correct answers here.
Now we finally see that Crossbow Guild being played away from the face, so that at least he doesn't take that 400 damage, but still forces the beam out from Mephisto, which maybe that alone is worth it so that he's not using it on the Defenso or the Cleaver. But now we see Swarmers coming in with living statue. And now we have that
Scrat Horde.
Scrat Horde. That just causes the... Oh, no. Oh, yes. So Dragon Pack, although they would have gone into that Defenso, that's 150 DPS they do, and you don't want that going to the Defenso. That's just going to eat them. So he black holes it. He's going to find all the space he needs here because of that black hole.
That's the game. That's the game for Mephisto. Reverse sweep against Boxes.
And that is our winner's bracket. So that will give us our first finalist of the Masters Challenge here as we start looking our way towards the loser's bracket, which we still have plenty of good players to find there. And in our first round, we'll have Video Gamer and Cole. They've got that long-standing rivalry. Cole, fearing Gamer for whatever reason, he just can't find the answer to him. And Gamer, well, he likes to get knocked out in round 1 of tournaments for whatever reason. So, but this might be the opportunity he needs to finally break that curse of his. In the meantime, our match 6 will, of course, be Cat and Remedy. Cat bringing all the face, while Remedy enjoying going really late with his decks, and which couldn't find a win against Kazlarico, and may struggle in that matchup as well, because going late doesn't exactly mesh with the Palace decks, and whoever wins there will end up against Shady, who, well, although he's known for playing his spam decks, he hasn't really played them here in this tournament. He's been bringing the nest decks, the face decks. That's definitely a matchup that Cat is familiar with at the very least, and that will bring us to our final loser, Kaz, which I suppose I could have found a better word for that, but the final
loser, Kaz.
the final match of round 2, which will be up against Kazarico, and he put up quite the fight against boxes and just couldn't find what he needed there. But let's go ahead and get into match 5 here. Gamer versus Cole. And that
Gamer versus Cole.
is
that would be at the 6-minute mark.
6. Okay,
6.
yes, I see it. Okay. They're reversed for me. Alright. So, get that loaded, and are you ready, sir?
Yes, I am.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we're going to have Gamer on the left with his APEP up against Cole's King Puff. Normally he leads with the Stormbringer. So I guess he really does fear a Gamer here. You're already resorting to his backup
really
strategy. So we're going to see that Demon Warrior King Puff out of Cole here, which is just going to get answered by a Cleaver here. And this is the double beam deck, of course, out of Gamer here, which will make it very difficult to answer that Cleaver as we see the Daggerfall come out now. That'll clean up all those scrats, but unfortunately a Spear Thrower will turn around. That's going to take up one more hit from this Cleaver before it gets to look towards face, where it's going to find a Scrat pack. And yet another Scrat Horde. And now Gamer gets to try and find an answer here, as he's just taking little pecks here and there. He's going to drop Ghost Turret bottom lane just to maintain the bridge. Yep, the free card for Gamer here being a black hole. That's actually not that helpful in this match, now that I think about it. There's not many spells, and with all the scrats here, with how cheap Cole's deck here is, that's not the most helpful. At best, it may buy his Cleaver a second hit against a Demon Warrior in the late game.
Yeah, and now we see that's that Demon Warrior level 2 crossing the bottom bridge. Gets answered by a Cleaver.
Oh yeah. For now, Cleaver is still a good answer to her, but that's going to start changing in a hurry. That's going to be a perfectly timed Daggerfall to get that Cleaver to the face here. And now we're going to see that black hole used, I'm assuming, with the beam. Yep, that's going to buy all the cover he needs for that Cleaver to find a second hit on the face, causing the Spear Throwers to be forced to be played here. Cleaver finds one more hit, and that's going to be finally the end of it after dealing so much damage, getting in so many hits. And that's going to leave Cole down at 1,300 health here.
Yep, Cole really needs that perk 2 on KP now to maintain the bridge control better against Gamer here. And probably we see why he feared them so much. There is the 3rd level for that Demon Warrior.
That's going to start crossing the bridge now, as Gamer's just looking to ignore it. He's going to throw everything bottom lane here. He's going to find an illusory Cleaver. He throws down the Shield Totem just to cycle here. He's going to look to time a perfect Daggerfall, I assume. There it is, but not quite perfect enough, as it doesn't manage to clear the path for Cleaver.
Scrat Horde.
Yep, the second Scrat Horde will clean up Cleaver here, as Defenso Chopper will actually answer the level 3 Demon Warrior for Gamer.
And the Scrat Horde afterwards.
And unfortunately, now Gamer has to really be concerned with this Demon Warrior. But it looks like he's just going to say, I'm going to just end this with beams. All I have to do is do another half cycle and it's over. He's going to throw everything down.
The clock is already ticking here. The clock is already ticking due to a double beam. This is 800 damage.
Yep. He's got one beam in hand. He needs to just cycle for a bit here. He's going to play the Ghost Turret. That's going to buy the damage against that Demon Warrior. That's 67 DPS. And then he's going to combine it with the Shield Totem here. And that will buy the remaining amount of time he needs to answer that Demon Warrior without taking too much more damage here. And now he's got the second beam as his next card here. He just needs to get the mana here. Here it comes.
And this is the game. Here is the beam.
Yep, just in time. 3 EXP away before Cole got his perk 3 and became immune to damage. Absolute perfect time to decide to start going face.
Perfect timing here, and probably this is why Cole feared Gamer that much.
Well, it doesn't help that I think he's lost to him in every tournament so far. So this is definitely a wall for Cole to overcome here.
Well, he can try in the second game actually.
Yep, that's going to be at the 17-minute mark.
Yes.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, here we go.
And this is a Stormbringer versus Stormbringer setup matchup. Here now we see Cole on his favorite master actually.
Yep. We see probably what is an absolute mirror deck here that's going to go down. So we're going to see who has more mastery over it. The guy that came to the tournament using it as his first deck, or the guy that well, he's actually got a lot of decks prepared, but so far most effective has been that double beam deck, I would say.
Yeah. Definitely.
Gamer's going to take the early bridges here. Get to his perk 1 first. Which is going to cause him to not quite continue. He'll hold both bridges, but he'll at least win the top battle.
Yeah, and Cole got quite a way to go for his first perk here. He's not even ready yet.
He finally got it there.
Now it is.
Now we have this Ghost Turret. If that Cleaver can find it, that's just going to be dead. Defenso gets dropped in the bottom lane here. Plasma Marines used to try and kill off the Ghost Turret because he assumed that it would be distracted. Unfortunately, played a moment too soon which caused one of the Plasma Marines to die. And now we have the Cleaver almost making it to the face there.
But the Crossbow Guild in Gamer's hand is actually a dead card. He cannot utilize it because he needs that mana to maintain bridge control and to defend himself. The Cleaver connects to face now.
Well, and he connects again. Gamer really needs to find an answer for this. It doesn't look like he has it. He's still concerned with the bridges. He needs to answer this Cleaver that just got yet another hit in.
4 hits.
That's no good.
Absolutely not.
Well, now we're going to see the guild get dropped down here. He's going to try and get some kind of board presence out with it, using the defensive to take up the Ghost Turret while the Plasma Marines shoot it down. Now we're going to see the next Cleaver pop down. We're going to use Swarmers to block it, but the Warrior just going to absolutely destroy the Ghost Turret. And that's just going to open up the window for Cleaver to go all the way to the Crossbow Guild.
Yep, Crossbow Guild is down, and now we see a push out of Cole here.
Yeah, and Plasma Marine, although it delayed,
probably connect again.
He's all out of mana now. He's got nothing to defend, and that's going to be the Cleaver that ends it, giving us a 1-1 in our loser bracket.
Yep, no good going against Cole with a Stormbringer against his own Stormbringer here.
Well, we saw who is more dominant with it, so we're going to have to see what answer comes forth with from Gamer to answer it in Game 3 at the 32-minute mark.
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
And now this is Gamer on Mordor, and I think this might most probably be his Colossus deck we saw in the KPC.
We can see it as the next card there. So it's definitely ready to go. This is that nice pressure deck, as long as it doesn't have to go up against a nest deck, which I don't think we've seen Cole play yet. And
This might be
the
a
Daggerfall is going
deck.
to arrive right after Reboomer spawns, and that's not going to help him enough here.
We already see the Colossus.
Yep, Reboomer and Colossus, they're going to very quickly clean up all this push that comes out of Cole here. There's going to be that hit, and the Plasma Marine's not going to kill in time to save the Colossus from a second hit, but now this giant push is coming in. There's going to be the Healing Fireball to bring that Colossus back up. There's the Tombstone to make it all dangerous. A Healing Fireball from Cole just being thrown out because my hand is awkward.
The Beamer is already on the face, dead now. But there's this Colossus Cole needs to deal with.
Yep, and we have the Whelp walking in behind, not quite being where Cole wanted it to be there. He was hoping to shoot that Whelp beforehand, and it didn't quite get there. Colossus is finally going to drop now, and right as the Reboomer respawn takes the grave, or the Tombstone away. Rather oh, what?
What?
Cole, please!
That was unexpected! I mean, this is normally Terrorizer's signature move, right?
Well, I guess that's one way to drop out of the tournament. He still gets his $25, of course.
Well, that was unexpected right now. I mean, Cole quitting the game. Okay. Phew.
Well,
this is still $25, like you said.
Yes. So that'll bring us to Cat and Remedy.
Yes.
I don't believe either of them will do that to us, so let's get into them. Their first game is at the 9-minute
mark.
Yes. So let's get that.
Let's do this.
In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we're going to have Remedy Stormbringer going up against the APEP of Cat here.
Yep.
Early Bridge is going to go to Remedy.
Control.
And Plasma Marines will take it back here as the Swarmers manage to get the face and do 120 damage before being fully answered by auto attacks. And the Bridge is yet again going back to Remedy thanks to Plasma Marines, and that's going to be a future present coming out of Cat here. And then maybe see what he gets, but we won't know for sure. Shock Rock going to answer the Reboomer, and Scrap Pack going to take the Bridges back as Plasma Marines will answer that as well. Got Bridge
And
battles.
the Bridge is back again to Remedy.
Bridge battles.
Yeah, Remedy got the first perk.
Yep. And that's going to be Swarmers that are going to die to the Plasma Marines to take back bottom bridge here. Whelp's going to be dropped directly on top of them. And that'll give the bridge back to Cat here. Defenso Chopper going to answer the Whelp as we see Crossbow Dudes take back the top bridge. Warrior going to get dropped to answer the Crossbow Dudes. And Defenso is going to start walking to face here as we see Xiao Long get dropped here. With Swarmers to take the bridge back Remedi's way.
I mean, not the most damage out of a Defensor Chopper in phase, but at least something reached the phase now.
I mean, it's managed to do quite a bit of damage there, actually, especially with the Swarmer back up there. And we see the Defenso dying without actually able to be... I'm sorry, the Cat's Defenso dying without being able to kill anything thanks to Plasma Marines and Reboomer. Now we see a Ghost Turret that's going to try and answer this Cleaver that gets back up from a Guardian. That's going to be a Healing Fireball to bring it all back
out
up.
of the present.
I don't know about that, but that's definitely a card that's going to make some big impact in this matchup here, if it was. But in the back, we saw Cat take a large amount of damage there. She's now down to 1,300 health, but this Cleaver is now on the face of Remedy here, looking to find all the damage that it can. There's a Shock Rock to buy a little bit more time here for this Cleaver as it gets yet another hit, and Remedy dropping under 900 health as a Ghost Turret's finally going to bring it down, but not before Remedy ultimately falls to 700 here.
710 health left. That was the ultimate answer here out of Cat.
Yeah, that surprise Guardian, whether that was from present or from anything or was just planned, it made a huge impact here.
Here
Now
we see the Guardian
coming
again.
And the Cleaver following it in with Plasma Marines, making it very hard to stop. We're going to see Swarmers used to distract here as the Plasma Marines continue to hit. In the back, we see Shield Totem being dropped to buy time against this Defenso Chopper Plasma Marine push, but that's not going to stop this push that's at the face of Remedi here. Snake Druid holding the Cleaver
With
at
the
bay
shock
here,
rock.
but we need more damage here. Now down to 100 health, the Snake Druid finally showing some value in this match as it held that Cleaver off that entire time. He may not be able to stop it completely from hitting things, but at least you can hold it at bay. Now we have the next Guardian coming out. We can assume the Cleaver's not far behind, but there's going to be a Reboomer reaching the face of Cat here, doing 250 damage there, but that's going to just die to auto attack. Snake Druid goes down. Whelp's coming to face next. Guardian is down. They're looking to bring down this last Whelp here, and that's going to give us a nice pause here in the action.
Yeah, but Remedy cannot take any more damage here with 100 health left. Cass is in a good position right now, but I mean, one push out of Remedy can end it here. It can end either way.
Yep. And now we see the Shield Totem being dropped just to allow Cat to use some spells here, which means he won't have it for anything else like the regular Pex from Stormbringer here. Just slowly ticking down that 500 health that remains. We see a Guardian coming out with a Warrior here, looking to try and push back. The Defenso is going to do a lot of work against that as we see them start dropping low as the remaining push comes bottom lane here. Remedi holding out pretty nicely here. We see the free card for Cat being an undying skeleton, and that's going to buy us some more time. Xiao Long trying to, is punishing Cat, making it awkward in his hand. I'm sure he wants that Shock Rock to get out. He wants Healing Fireballs to go out, but he can't right now. And now he's going to fall extremely low, down to 295 here as the Cleaver gets answered before Guardian can get there. And that's going to be a Healing Fireball as an absolute desperate last measure here. This push has to work out for Cat or Cat is dead. Here comes this giant push with all these nice cheap minions here. We see a Shield Totem coming down. We see Shock Rock coming out after after the Shield Totem eats that blast from Xiao Long. This Cleaver just can't get to the face right now thanks to Snake Druids. We see a Guardian come down to provide protection for Cleaver here as he continues to try to find his way to face as another Snake Druid and Ghost Turret combo comes out here. Unfortunately, they're going to be targeted here, and we see Plasma Marines and Xiao Long once again trying to make their way into the face of Cat here, but it's not going to be enough. Now we see this Whelp. It's almost made it to the face thanks to the healing there, and we're going to finally see yet another small break as more Swarmers are coming in now, but we have the next Cleaver, we have the next Undying Skeleton, we have Snake Druid being dropped pretty forward here just to catch that Cleaver here. Need to find all the pressure, and that's going to be a Shock Rock finish there after throwing down yet another Shield Totem to absorb the feedback from Xiao Long.
What a finish in that game. I mean, both were dead low. Anything could have ended that.
That's absolutely insane.
Either.
Yay, connections. But so that's just our game one in a losers bracket match of all the places to find it. I'm on the wrong page here. This is Cat and Remedi. Of course, the first game going towards Cat there, so it's going to be up to Remedi to try and find a victory here in game two. If you're ready at the 11-minute mark. Uh-oh. They have some connection issues. I can go ahead, though. If he can hear me, we'll go ahead in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Yeah.
So we got Mordar on the left here. We have Cat on the right. I'm sorry, Remedi's Mordar on the left, and Cat Setsu on the right. And the early bridges are going to go the way of Cat here. Looks like we're going to see our undead deck here out of Remedi here. Question is, did Cat bring the Palace deck this time, or is it something else?
I think we will see this in a few seconds.
Yep, that's going to be the Golem there. That's the telltale sign for the Palace deck this tournament. We haven't seen the Golem in many other decks yet. So the push is set up now. That's going to answer the Undying Skeleton. We see the bridge go to Cat now. Here comes the Whirly Scrat dropped at the very back here to match movement speeds. Succubus now being dropped forward to try and get to this ghost turret that's just eating alive that Golem. Unfortunately, the sniper not going to be fast enough to answer that blue Golem. We got a yeah. The
Spirit Vessel.
Yes, there's the word, Spirit Vessel. He distracted for a
That's
little
it.
bit there, but unfortunately Setsu dropped on the sniper there, killing it, causing the respawn go that way again, and we see this gigantic push just absolutely melting Remedi here. All that needs to happen is one more hit on this face. Undying doing what it can at the face of Cat here, but that's not going to be enough, as Succubus is just going to obliterate the final ghost turret and hit the face, ending it for a very quick game 2, going the way of Cat.
And Palace deck worked out again in this tournament.
Yes, it did. And as far as I can tell, it seems to really only be Cat running it, but it's in the losers bracket right now, and it's still having an impact. But we'll continue to follow Cat here as he faces off against Shady.
Yeah, exactly. And Shady, he dropped out of the winners bracket, and yeah, he needs to win this. Otherwise, he's just dropped out.
Yeah, he might have dropped down to the losers bracket, but to be fair, it's the guy that's waiting in the grand finals.
Yeah.
So that matchup will be at the 22-minute mark.
Exactly.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So that's going to be double mana puff.
Oh,
Looks like it's going to be quite a bit of spam out of Shady here. I'm sorry, Control. And
this is his Volco control deck.
It has an extra mana puff though.
Yeah, for more control actually.
Yes, more control.
Even more control.
We're going to see what we get out of Cat here. I'm going to assume the Palace deck as we see the Golem get dropped here to start it up. That's going to be the Illusory going top here. Lightning Bolt not quite in time to stop the Golem from reaching the bridge, but it will still answer the Golem nonetheless. And he's probably going to drop this Cleaver directly on top of the Succubus if those Scrats don't get in front. But even if they do, there's quite the big opening behind her, and that's going to be where he is dropped. So Shady's going to take the bridges here, and it's going to put Cat on the back foot here as a very scary Cleaver starts coming to the face here, and that's going to be the first Afterburner right there. Whirly's dropped just far enough back to not tank the hit from the Cleaver there. She's going to keep applying his damage there. Cleaver finds a second hit on the face as Setsu comes out to play. And now, well, Lightning Bolt's going to find the Cleaver. That's really unfortunate for Cat there.
Yep. Now we see only the Whirly with the Setsu and a few Plasma Marines coming up to Shady's face.
It's going to be a healing fireball. Here's the Rampage that actually turns that push into a very scary thing here. There's the black hole to distract those Plasma Marines as the damage continues to come out. 80 damage per shot from Setsu here. It really hurts. We still need more damage coming out from Shady here to answer this. That's finally going to stop Setsu before she can reload and unload again. But that not before dropping Shady under half health here, but he'll finally have burned the bridges.
And now we see all that control coming out of Shady.
Yeah. I'm sure he's looking for his lightning bolt here. It's going to find the whirly, but it's also going to cause the succubus. Since she's so far up against the face there, the whelp will actually answer it while she's focused on the defenso chopper, and that's actually a huge problem for Cat, as ended up taking so much damage over it. Now Cat is under 850 health as an elite swarmer reaches the face. Here comes Golem. That will answer that. But that's still plenty of damage out there. 2 Mana Pus will go down to Shock Rock as Cleaver gets played top lane here. And
Shady again, he got so much XP lead.
As Cleaver not going to find the face yet. Black Hole's going to hold out for a little while longer. We'll see. It's going to find another Cleaver. Unfortunately, Scrap Pack not played soon enough to tank up here, and the Healing Fireball also going to arrive too late. And that's going to open up the window necessary for Shady to just end it here with another Afterburner. That is game 1 going to Shady.
That is game 1 going to Shady, and I mean, he likes that Volko, and finally a Palace deck didn't work. So,
well, technically, the Palace deck lost to another Palace deck.
Technically, yes.
But now we have something else that's beaten it here. And that's going to bring us to game 2 at the 27-minute mark. If you are ready, sir.
Yeah, there it is.
Alright. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Going to be Shady Setsu up against a Ratbo out of Cat here. I don't think I've seen Cat's Ratbo this tournament.
Seeing a Ratbo is yeah, actually really good. I mean, we almost saw exclusively Stormbringers and Apeps and Setsus.
Right.
Except of Gamer's Mortar.
Well, it's not the only Mordor we've seen, but Ratbo definitely being the rarer one here. I'm going to see what looks to be the standard-ish Ratbo statue deck, maybe? As we see the Blind Date Nest coming out of Shady here, looking to make some impact here. That's going to be a Gax that's going to shut down his whole push. Shockrock tried to throw out there to pop that Gax immediately and shut down the push right now, but it didn't find its way there. So all this push is going to find its way to the face for quite a while yet, instead of answering the Gax. And we're going to get a couple of hits, and Daggerfall will finally go up to clean up the rest of the push there as Gax explodes and clears the board.
Yeah, but I think Shady is happy with that outcome, because that Gax would have punished his Blood Imp so hard again.
And there's a Cleaver. It's going to answer the Setsu there, no problem. And then it's going to look to punish these Blood Imps from Shady. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. Well, maybe not the most, since Swarmer came out and ate the other Imp. But now he's ready with his next nest rotation here. He's going to just play a date real quick.
Though.
Here comes the second nest. He's ready to bring the pain, I'm sure. Yep, there's the next blind date. There's the Rampage, and that's going to be a very scary push coming. That Defenso Chopper may not be enough this time, especially if it just gets black holed and they just all walk around it. Here's the living statue just getting absolutely melted by these 4 dragons, and there's still another one up even after they melt the Defenso Chopper. And now there's a Prowler up there dealing damage as well. The dragon continues to do damage. Daggerfall comes out, cleaning up all that push there. That dragon's still alive, gonna end it. And that is 2-0 going to Shady.
I mean, the Defenso Chopper did a lot of work against that push, but not quite enough to save Cat here.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. So that will be Shady advancing into the next round. So I believe that is guaranteed $50?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so
yes.
That brings us to our last match decider for $50, which will be Kaz and Gamer. We'll see if Gamer can find his
Yes.
way over Kaz, which is, I understand it, he has, he thinks Kaz is one of the better players in the game. One of the best.
Yeah, I heard it a lot from my talks to several top players that Cass is one of the best players, and I heard actually if he would play with keyboard, he might be even better, up to unbeatable.
Man, I've heard that he plays with a touchscreen. He's weird.
With a touchscreen, are you sure?
I remember him
I mean,
making
but
comments
he
about it a long
already-
time ago.
But he already managed to win $25 with a touchscreen, and that's amazing at that point.
So we're going to find our first game here at the 42-minute mark.
Yes.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we're going to have Kaz's Apep on the left here up against Gamer's Mordar on the right. We'll see if that Colossus can overcome the Cleaver and Tranquil.
Let's find out. For
Should
the
be able
moment, they're
to.
just saving up mana. It should be.
But we'll find out, that's for sure. Here comes the Colossus, actually in the starting
There
game.
it is.
Well, we'll see a Shock Rock come out to answer the Reboomer as the Cleaver's going to reach all the way to face here. It turns out it's actually real, Gamer. You really need to answer it. That's a second hit from it. Colossus continues to walk across the field, but that's 900 damage now from this Cleaver. We need more answers
Third hit
for it.
now.
That's 1,200 damage from the Cleaver. Is he going to find yet another hit before being answered? He will. That's 1,500 damage just from that first opening Cleaver.
Oh my god, so much value. One cleaver. And we see Cat got 3 disruptor puffs here.
Yeah. They'll, at the very least, it allows the Colossus to be kited at least a little bit here, but it still needs a proper answer. He's going to maybe find it in these Plasma Marines and one of his Cleavers, and that will do it, but that's just going to cause the the Colossus to res from the Tombstone. And
Full
now he
value
can
out of
find
the
a way.
tombstone, huh?
Well, if he can work it out. Yep, this looks like the combo that I was thinking of. That's going to be... Oh, no! He didn't see the black hole in time from Gamer there. That's actually going to be a lot of trouble here as the Colossus is going to just beat down these Cleavers, and that's going to leave him mostly defenseless as Colossus now walks across the field as an Undying Skeleton, and both Marines respawn, and a second Colossus gets dropped on the top lane now. Tranquil's going to try and do something here, but it's going to need a lot more backup than that.
Yeah, Cass is in real trouble here.
Yeah, you see Colossus, he's going to swing and take care of those Disruptor Puffs while Plasma Marines and Tranquil try to do something behind him, but it's not going to be enough. As we can see here, we have Plasma Marines trying to take care of this Whelp while Apep tries to bring down one Colossus. We see a Cleaver drop down now. We see another... we see the res go to the Whelp here as Colossus will go down just before the the Tombstone primes itself, but this other Colossus just keeps hitting face now. They're trying to do everything they can. Tombstone's going to end up resing a Undying Skeleton instead of, well, anything much more threatening here. Cleaver finally coming out to answer that Colossus, but not before Kaz falls all the way down to 600 health here.
Yeah, it was a very scary push. 2 Colossus out of Gamer. And
Oh, that black hole's gonna win. Oh, maybe not. It's gonna be a very close call. That's the... Well, the Reboomer at the end finally manages to get answered here. Cleaver trying to find the face of Gamer, though, not managing to find it thanks to the Whelp and some well-placed distractions here as we see 2 Tombstones become primed here as a Whelp reaches the face here now. Going to go to the Undying Skeletons thanks to a Cleaver hit. That makes the threat a little less. We see Shock Rock come out now. That's going to answer the Reboomer that would have answered the Cleaver. Cleaver's just going to find himself a couple more Skeletons before he gets answered by Plasma Marines. And now we have an Undying Skeleton and a Colossus about to reach the face of Kaz again. That's going to cause the Daggerfall to come out. A healing Fireball to tank everything back up again. Here comes... Sorry, I didn't see what got played. I saw the mana go down.
There were Disruptor Puffs actually tanking the Colossus again.
Well, we're going to
But
see...
not for too long.
Yep, we're going to see the Shock Rock going out to try and put a stem to the end of all these Reboomers that keep coming in here. Tranquil barely going to answer that Colossus in time, but now there's a Reboomer, 2 Skeletons reviving, and that's going to be the end of Kaz.
Yep, the Undying Army did it here.
Yeah,
And yeah, Gamer keeps to be successful with his Mortar deck.
Mm-hmm. And that's I mean, we've seen it bring down Kaz now as well, and it's really strong here. I mean, there's nothing really threatening his spawns here. Kaz has to use that Shock Rock to either prevent the Colossus from attacking or answering the Reboomer, so it's not available to deny respawns. So
yeah, exactly. And Gamer played it a lot recently on the ladder and even the last KPC, like we hopefully all saw. And yeah, let's find out in the second game of that match how Kaz responds here.
That'll be the 54-minute mark.
Exactly.
And 3, 2, 1, here we go.
It's Minion Masters.
And Kaz brings out the Apep.
And Gamer on the Stormbringer here.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see which one has success here. Doesn't look like he wanted to stick with the Colossus deck, fearing what it might bring, what Kaz might bring to the table this time. We're going to see the early bridges go to Gamer, but... Oh, no, they're going to stay in Gamers, thanks to a Daggerfall and an extra set of Plasma Marines. We're going to see a Succubus now come out for Kaz here, as he starts setting up a push.
Finally taking the bridge here. Gamer already on perk 1.
Cleaver manages to find the ghost turret even with all those little creatures in his way, and he's also going to find the face now, and now Gamer is in a lot of trouble here. He's going to play his own Cleaver in response here, but Stent and Succubus are going to get so much damage in before they finally get answered, and that's 875 damage going out here. And in the meantime, Kaz plays his future present and finds himself a Divine Warrior.
Only 3 mana though.
Mm-hmm. 3 mana, and he gets free Swarmers as well to bring all that DPS in behind her. And that's going to be a Tranquil going down to help answer that Crossbow Guild as well. But it's going to find a Defenso Chopper while the Warrior starts walking in top lane with nothing in its path yet. Actually going to reach the face and start applying her 35 DPS.
Answered.
That's going to be Daggerfall hitting the Plasma Marines that were trying to help out there. Didn't quite hit the guild though. That could have helped a little bit more here. We're going to see a Daggerfall go the other way now to help clear up the Plasma Marines and deal a little bit of damage to the Succubus. And we're going to see Cleaver drop down now. Succubus actually going to drop thanks to marksmanship from the other lane's Plasma Marine. Cleaver actually going to drop now thanks to Gamer's own Cleaver.
By Gamer's Cleaver, yep.
And
now we might see the 3 mana Divine Warrior again.
Yep.
Yeah,
with
here
those
it is.
free Swarmers. 8 seconds of immunity going to do so much work here. Tranquil dropped up in front to try and tank up some more damage here. As we see Plasma Marines dropped in as well. They're trying to clear up this Defenso, but can't quite do it in time to save the Tranquil. But that does, at the end of the day, give the bridge to Kaz.
But he still didn't manage to catch up in XP. We see a 25 XP lead by Gamer here.
As we see a Succubus come down to start the push, we can assume the Cleaver will follow up. Yep, and here it is. Quite the scary push. We see Scrap Pack coming out to supply a little bit of distraction here. We'll see just how much they can apply here. We see Daggerfall come out to try and clear up any kind of a window. But unfortunately, More stuff came down right after the Daggerfall did, and that kept the Cleaver from reaching the guild, but the guild died nonetheless thanks to that Succubus. Now we see Cleaver being answered by the Divine Warrior again.
Yeah, again, I mean, that 3 mana Divine Warrior is a lot of value, actually.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason she's normally 5. And now we're going to see 1 Plasma Marine take down 2 thanks to a Shock Rock. We're going to see the Cleaver get distracted by Plasma Marines, what normally would have answered that Defenso Chopper. And Cleaver's still struggling to find the face here, but Tranquil's still alive with like 10 health. He's going to find the face as well, and that's going to be a little bit more damage here as this 1 Plasma Marine continues on his kill streak here. Finally going down and bringing Gamer down to 1,055 health.
Yep, and Cass is continuing the push here. Comes up with the next Tranquil, gets answered by a Cleaver out of Gamer.
A free Hypnotize comes out for perk 4. That can actually work in a huge way here in this game. Especially with all these things that keep getting in Cleaver's way. Here's that free Hypnotize. It's going to take those Plasma Marines and put all this pressure into this Ghost Turret, trying to clear the way for that Cleaver. But unfortunately, there's still Swarmers that he has to get through. Here comes Scrap Crack to take the bridges here, trying to buy time. There's Shock Rock. That's actually going to cause the Cleaver to win that little fight there. And that's going to be the end of Gamer's counter push there as the next push from Kaz starts up here. Now free Hypnotize doesn't manage to catch the Plasma Marines, and that's really unfortunate as that could have just completely negated the counter push out of Gamer there.
Yeah, I mean, not that the counter push is really huge with 2 Plasma Marines here.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have even had to worry about taking the bridge back would be the thing. And now we see all this cycle coming bottom here. Just everything being thrown down. Cleaver gets answered by the other Cleaver that was already there. Tranquil coming down now to try and answer this guild, but he's going to get answered by the Ghost Turret. Hypnotize is going to come out. It's going to actually grab a lot of targets here. And that's going to buy the window of opportunity Succubus needs to answer the Ghost Turret while she continues on her rampage towards the guild. And that, thanks to the Shock Rock, that's going to buy the rest of the opening she needs to bring it down. Cleaver still not managing to find his way to the face here. He'll find one hit on the other Cleaver, and now the counter push comes out. Now, this one actually looking like it might get some damage in if it wasn't for that nice, cheap 3 mana Divine Warrior.
If Grip would have known about the 3 mana Divine Warrior, wow.
We're going to see a Shock Rock come out here to buy a bit more time against this Ghost Turret. Succubus is going to try and do something here, but she's not going to be able to reach. Cleaver going to die the exact same way. And now he's going to Hypnotize this Cleaver, and it's going to go straight to the face there, forcing him, Gamer to play his own Plasma Marines in response. As the next free Divine Warrior comes down, we're now 5 EXP away from Mana Frenzy here for Kaz, as Gamer still sits at almost 25 out.
Has turned it around, the XP game. Completely turned it around.
Yep, and there's that Mana Frenzy. Now Gamer's in a lot of trouble here. He's been holding it at bay fairly well, but now he has to worry about all this extra mana coming in now. Here comes Hypnotize. That's 2 Cleavers running for the face. He has to play the Plasma Marines to distract them. That's going to buy a little bit of time, enough time for the Hypnotize to wear off, and now his Cleaver's just running around trying to cause all kinds of pain here. Here comes a second Hypnotize. That Cleaver is, Kaz is once again forcing out the Plasma Marines yet again, and that's looking like this Cleaver might finally go down here to Kaz's push as more and more mana's coming out. Still 8 EXP away. Free Hypnotize goes out right in front of that Cleaver to prevent anything from stopping his rampage, but was completely unnecessary in the face of all that range and giving us a 1-1 in our losers. Bracket.
Tied up, Gamer against Kaz.
Yep. And quite the exciting match to see it with as well. So
yeah, I mean, Kaz managed to turn around, being behind in XP against a Stormbringer control, which is known for his very, very good bridge control. And in the end, yeah, won by Mana Frenzy. So I expect some more threads on the Steam forums telling us to get rid of Mana Frenzy.
Well, we're going to see what happens in our game 3 here as we find our final...
This is at the 3-minute mark.
Yep, 3-minute mark. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. We got the Storm Ranger out of Kazlerico here. We got the Vitriol Apep out of Gamer.
Yep. And this is the ADG drone.
Yep. But as long as there's nothing to really use it on, we probably won't see it until the second perk.
Yep, let's see how Gamer will respond to it.
Yep. The winner of this match, of course, there's going to be a beam that comes out. It's not going to find its full damage on the living statue, unfortunately, there. So, there's that.
Still some face damage.
Yeah, it still gets the 400 on the face there, dropping Kaz down to 2450 already. And we see Apep there gain the first perk. Daggerfall going to answer the Plasma Marines and prevent them from taking the bridge. And there's the ATG actually really early. Comes
really early, but still
Infusion.
nothing out
He's
of
going to try and combine it with Swarmers here. Beam actually going to answer all of that push there. These Swarmers are actually a huge threat to Stormbringer since they're Spirit infused now. Getting in quite a bit of damage there. You see just 200 damage just for being on the face for that long with a stint helping. And that is going to give us a brief pause here as the next living statue gets dropped here. Unfortunately, no backup is ready for it.
That might be a little bit early being played here by Cass.
Yeah, here comes a cleaver here. That will clean up the living statue if more help doesn't arrive, and Plasma Marines aren't going to survive a Daggerfall. Here's Spirit Infusion making this cleaver nice and big here. Well, I guess bigger as Swarmers come out to buy some time here. ATG going to try here. He's going to just get beamed though, and that's going to cause cleaver
again.
Yeah. That's going to cause the Scrat Pack to come out to buy a little bit more time here against this cleaver as he just Kaz keeps trying to find answers. That will be the Tranquil coming out there, and that's going to get beamed as well. This, of course, being the double beam deck out of Gamer.
Yep. But finally, Kaz answered the cleaver, and now we see a stint, getting a few shots out on Gamer's face. And having the Plasma Marines taking the bridges for Kaz and the living statue for the next push.
Yeah, we're going to see this one Plasma Marine take that top bridge from that Ghost turret, requiring extra Plasma Marines to be played, which just invokes the call for a Daggerfall. Now we're going to see the next ATG come out here. This one with the full range that's going to be extremely threatening to any ranged units that Gamer plays, but he's just not going to have any of it. He's just going to go ahead and beam it. May as well even trade. As we see the next... Oh! Gamer almost got his cleaver to face there thanks to that Daggerfall, but Kaz being fast enough to drop extra Plasma Marines with it. And now we see the Tranquil. It may not get both these Plasma Marines before it drops itself. Nope, it will, and now it will heal back up the full, giving it that full mana value. But not before running into a Ghost turret that's going to answer it anyway, unless Shock Rock comes out. That will answer that, forcing the cleaver to come out to prevent Tranquil from healing yet again.
But here's the next statue, tanking the cleaver a bit.
And then we have ATG that's just going to get beamed at the same time the statue gets beamed, and that's just going to open up the whole window for this cleaver to start coming in now. We see...
Spirit infused in a second.
Yep, Spirit Infusion comes out. There's the Daggerfall to clear up everything. Stint gets dropped just to try and buy some time here as the Tranquil comes out, and that's just going to get beamed. It doesn't quite hit the face, but really trying to get that cleaver all the way over there. There's a ghost turret that will secure the bridge as soon as he can find something else to throw on it. And there it is.
And here's a Rampage
ATG
Warrior on the upper lane.
Yeah, this ATG will once again just get beamed here as Spirit Infusion is going to come out and try and save this Warrior. As it does, Daggerfall going to clear up the Plasma Marines there. And we see the second Spirit Infusion go down to the bottom lane onto a Plasma Marine. That will just tank up all these shots that are coming out of Stormbringer now, thanks to perk 3. And we see that a whole push at top there just get answered yet again thanks to that Cleaver and Warrior combo. And
now we see the Cleaver finds a statue again.
See the next ATG come out, and there's the beam right on schedule. And we're going to have a Spirit Infusion come out that's going to go straight to a Plasma Marine there. Daggerfall is going to come out, clear up all the counter push from Kaz. Another beam's going to come out that's going to answer the Tranquil. Then that's going to drop Kaz down to 550. That's definitely a timer on this fight now, as we know he's running double beam, and he even has a Daggerfall as well. All he has to do is get him into his hand.
Yeah, the clock is ticking for Kaz here.
And
Kaz
you
knows
know
that
it's
he
ticking
needs to finish.
because
He needs to finish that game as quick as possible.
Yep, there's the beam and the Daggerfall, and that will be the game. That's Gamer advancing on. Minimum $50 secured.
Yes.
Are you hissing?
No. I mean, Gamer performs very well at this tournament, and I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything, but it's quite unexpected for me.
Yeah, it honestly, anytime I've seen Gamer do well in a tournament, it's generally every time he does manage to get past the first round. And now he's going to be facing up against Shady, though. So, and this is the guy that sent him to the losers bracket in the first place. So he's gonna.
So this is the place for a revenge here.
Yes, now Gamer gets his opportunity to get his revenge on the man that sent him into the losers bracket in the first place.
And if Gamer wins this game, he will win at least a $100 prize money here.
Of course, that could just go to Shady. Poor college kids need food too.
That's correct.
So our first matchup, or first game here, is going to be at the 16-minute mark.
Yes.
And 3, 2, 1, here we go. And we're going to see
and here's the Mordor again.
Yep, Setsu against the Mordor. And I'm not really sure what I'm seeing out of Shady right now.
Spirit Infusion. I'm not sure.
Oh, Blood Imp's being played onto the field, and we know there's a Colossus in that deck. Is it ready, though? It's not. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, here comes Spirit Infusion. That'll bump up them scrats, I guess. He's really got the awkward hand here. He's finding a succubus here. That must be Shady's take on a boss deck. Haven't quite seen this variant, though. Cycles extremely quickly, though. And against Mordor, he can just keep throwing his scrats away and they won't get in the way.
There comes the heal on the succubus. The succubus connects to face now.
Here's Colossus.
Here's the Colossus to answer it.
Yep, Colossus will do some damage here. Spirit Infusion gets thrown down, but the black hole at the same time is just going to make it be wasted here. And now she's in a lot of trouble. He's going to throw down, or Shady's going to throw down a black hole to buy some more time here as a Reboomer gets thrown down. That will immediately be landed on by Setsu. Good news is it was before the black hole ended. The bad news is the Reboomer still remains unanswered. And now we see this giant push coming in from Gamer here off the back of an Undying Skeleton res. Got even a Reboomer walking in for 250 damage to the face, which respawns that Reboomer all those blood imps that could have gone into a Colossus just got answered by Daggerfall, and you see Shady drop under 500 health here as he's trying to find a way to make this Succubus do damage here. The second half of all these Spirit Infusions, of course, being eaten by the newest Black Hole here. And now we see Scrat Pack and Setsu coming in to answer the Reboomer that was hiding behind this Colossus so that this Succubus can live here. But in the meantime, Undying Skeleton's just been trying to kill.
His face.
But finally managing to go down. Succubus going to start walking towards this black hole that contains a Reboomer in it. But unfortunately, Daggerfall is going to end Shady here.
No, that was an impressive revenge for the first game at least, and yeah. Again, this Colossus deck is successful on Gamer.
Mm-hmm. And we see the a boss deck variant going down with no beam, no lightning bolt. Just beating it down.
No Milloween.
No Milloween either. Yeah, that's true.
No Milloween. Sad for Milloween here.
Well, we'll see if Shady tries the same thing and just tries to get a better rotation on his cards, or if he tries something completely different here, and that'll be at the 22-minute mark.
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Gonna see the Setsu again up against the APEP of Gamer here. Nest
But
deck
this time it's a Dragon Nest.
Yeah. Less memes this time, I guess. See the
No,
bridges, of course,
everybody
going
tries to
Gamer.
be a Kano nowadays.
I know. Oh, there's the first nest. There's the second nest, and he's just going to start saving up mana. Nope. One nest is going to get beamed as he drops down a blind date and gets more girl here. Going to drop the second
that's
blind date down
unfortunate.
bottom. Oh, no. I mean, it tanks. Unfortunately, it will find a defense, so it doesn't tank very well against that. Succubus will find the face, though, for a couple of hits of 50 here. And that is...
Yeah, 3 hits in the face at least.
Mm-hmm. Now we have hot Defenso on Defenso action in the top lane here as a... Oh, boy. Absolute perfect play. I guess they're out of Shady with that Rampage there on the Blood Imps. Had they gotten anywhere, that could have been really devastating with the help of that Whelp. But good on Gamer for having that Daggerfall ready.
Yeah, Gamer stopped the push completely. Now 2 crossbow dudes coming up to Shady's face, getting answered by Setsu.
So to make a to answer something in chat, Morgirl does not roar if he's stunned. So if he dies while stunned, he won't roar
here
then.
in the meanwhile.
Yep, we got a nest that got beamed there. That will clean up that nest, and it will do 400 damage to the face here. As Setsu enters the field with all of these minions from the Blind Date coming out. There's Blood Imps as well. It's now all Rampage. There's the Daggerfall, though. That'll clean up most of it. As all these Whelps now, we can assume there's going to be a Defenso coming soon here. And no, maybe not.
No, maybe not.
There we'll see some Daggerfalls fly around, though. There's that Defenso chopper.
Answering Setsu instead of the Whelps here.
We'll see Defenso kind of wander its way over to Setsu now. We'll see which gets in range first. It looks like it'll be the Swarmers, and that's really unfortunate. That Defenso could have tanked forever for him. We'll see a beam come out from Gamer. That'll kill the Prowler and do another 400 damage to the face here. I'd say Shady's pretty much on a timer now. That's double beam and Daggerfall away from death. We're going to see a Cleaver come flying out here from Gamer that's going to answer the nest at the top lane, and it's going to start running towards the face now. He doesn't have much of an option here. He has to throw down his Defenso. Meanwhile, the Defenso from Gamer is going to answer all the dragons that get spawned out of his nest in the bottom lane here. But we're going to see the Rampage go flying to the top lane push here, which has the Soul Stealer and the Whelp there, but they're just going to be answered by Daggerfall, unfortunately. We see the next Defenso walking in. That's going to be answered by Ghost Turret, while Gamer's Defenso gets answered by Setsu, and unfortunately gets a Defenso out of his blind date, and now Swarmers are just sitting on the face doing free damage as a beam comes down to immediately answer. Now Shady's got basically 2 hits of health from all of them, and he gets a living statue of all the cards that he could have gotten. Sad face. That's the game going to Gamer as he continues to advance. So Shady goes bye-bye for $50, and Gamer advances to no less than $100.
No less than at least a house, but now we have boxes waiting for Gamer.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe that boxes will want that 250 for the second place. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure everybody wants that. Of course, I need... Okay, I'll do that later. We'll go to our losers final now. This is a best of 5 between Gamer and Boxes, of course. And our first game looks to be 38, I believe.
Yep.
Alright, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we're going to have the APEP out of Gamer here, of course, bringing that double beam of fun. Up against Setsu from Boxes here to see what he can make happen here.
Yep. That APEP again from Gamer worked out just as good as his mortar.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what it can do here up against Boxes.
Yep. See a cleaver here from Gamer, and it goes through it, answering the cleaver from Boxes. Now the Gamer goes all the way straight to the face.
Oh, we're going to see a Boomer here connect on 3 Blood Imps. That's 750 damage combined with yet another hit of the cleaver for another 300. That's 1,050 damage. He gets off 1 more hit. Oh my god. Boxes is already down to 855 damage against a deck with a beam.
Oh my god. And we're on the 1 minute mark.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm on the wrong screen. Ah! I fixed it. I fixed it.
I fixed it.
I swear I fixed it.
Another cleaver out of Gamer.
I'm so sorry. So we're gonna have this cleaver. It's gonna meet a Boomer, or well, Shockrock will meet that cleaver. And Cleaver will manage to find the face here and finally get answered by Plasma Marines.
Yep. So, yeah. Now we have a little time to breathe here between pushes.
Yeah, the beam going to come out to answer the Plasma Marines and do another 400 damage to the face here. Box is just going to throw Daggerfall at the face of Gamer here.
He's like, I don't care, get out of the Daggerfall, straight to face. Now we see that blue golem walking up the bottom lane. Setsu's gonna jump top lane, but get answered by a cleaver immediately.
We're gonna see a Rampage cleaver come out of Boxes here to immediately answer that cleaver with no hope of survival. And Blue Golem's gonna try and walk over to this ghost turret, but he's not gonna find it. Oh. Nope, Cleaver will, and a Healing Fireball bring them all back up here. Boomer just dying. We're going to see Cleaver hit up Swarmers here. Beam and Daggerfall just going to go to the face. Gamer doesn't want to deal with it.
The game. Gamer's just like, I don't care about your push, I have the double beam.
Alright,
so Gamer takes the first game here.
Yeah, he takes a very early game 1 off of a really big push that everyone didn't get to see because I screwed everything up.
It was a nice push, everyone. Just if somebody's asking themselves.
So that'll bring us to our game 2 of Gamer versus
Yep.
Boxes.
At the 48-minute mark.
Yes, sir. In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
And this is a APIP versus APIP.
Oh, hot snake on snake.
Two gods against each other.
Yep, and we see quite, well, not the most heavy deck added boxes yet, but it's what I'm thinking of. It's fairly heavy. We're going to see the last stand come out to take both the bridges here, but that's just going to be answered by a Defenso Chopper and Swarmers, and a Ghost Turret as well, as Cleaver tries to run in and hit the the Defenso Chopper, but he's not going to find it. He's going to find a Swarmer and a Plasma Marine instead here. He's still trying to find that Defenso Chopper. Legionnaire...
But finds another Plasma Marine.
Oh, that's going to leave Cleaver low enough that APEP just can take care of it himself.
Yep, in the end, nothing happened here at the bottom bridge.
And we see another free call to arms come out for an APEP player. That's going to be a beam trying to answer the Reboomer from Gamer. I'm sorry, well, Box's Reboomer, Gamer's beam. Yep, Black Hole saving it, and Reboomer is going to find the face of this Defenso Chopper, and Daggerfall going to arrive a little too early there, and Reboomer's just going to respawn again. Timing is hard, apparently, right now. As this giant push starts building up here with the Cleaver, the Rammer is going to actually be answered there, and we're going to see a Shock Rock come out here as Cleaver is going to find the face now thanks to the help of Reboomer, which finally gets answered in this matchup. And now we have Swarmers taking the bridges, which just sets up for the last stand.
Yep. And there might be no defensive chopper ready this time for Gamer.
Oh, there's a beam though. That Black Hole not arriving in time to save that group down there. And Defenso will answer the other half.
Defensive chopper.
My chat is so unhappy. But we have Defenso Chopper walking into the play. Succubus going to answer the Defenso Chopper. Yes, and we see a Whelp go down bottom to take care of the Plasma Marine there, and we see Shield Totem and Call to Arms used to get out a free warrior here, as Rammer is going to lead the charge here, trying to find the face here. We're going to see Shock Rock hit that Shield Totem to open up the window, but not enough of an opening there. Rammer's damage still being blocked here. We finally get another hit from that Rammer, as Defenso Chopper now reaches the face of Boxes, but the Cleaver's not going to hit the Defenso on the opening there. We're going to see a beam come out that's going to answer Cleaver and hit the face for 400 damage here.
Yeah, they're almost even at health now, and but that Cleaver connects to face.
And gets Black Hole to reset the attack here, but it's just going to meet this giant last stand now. And we're going to see... No, we're not going to see a second beam come out. That was my hope. But we're going to see a Defenso combined with Plasma Marines to clean all this up with the help of a Ghost Turret. We see Shield Totem getting dropped bottom with the Call to Arms. And that's actually going to be the death of the top lane thanks to a Shock Rock there.
But there comes the Daggerfall, ending the pressure from the upper lane. The warrior from Boxes connects to face, but gets answered by Stormers. And yeah, we see a very even game at this point.
Yes, we do.
Boxes is ahead in XP, but...
Yep. Has that 10 EXP lead on Boxes. Hopefully he got something useful. We're going to see the Rammer go to face here. There's no Cleaver ready for it. Oh, he got a Ghost. That can be helpful here, especially if that that beam got blocked by the black hole there. They're just going to answer that cleaver, and this push is actually going to be protected by a ghost for a little bit here, up until it gets daggerfalled. That will be the end of that. But Cleaver and Whelp are going to find the face, or try to find the face of Gamer here. They're not going to quite find it here as the Cleaver goes down. And the Warrior is going to start approaching face now, but he's going to die after getting just a single hit off. And we have this Cleaver.
There's a free ghost.
And Reboomer are going to answer that Cleaver there. Box is hoping that the bridges get taken so he can play last stand, but unfortunately Gamer showing just enough patience to wait for the bridge to become contested before he took that top lane. Now we see all the cards coming bottom lane here. The black hole not quite in time. The whole group took a lot of damage there. Now we see the ghost being dropped top lane just to take the bridge here. We see Box is just sitting on his mana right now, a little bit unsure of what to do with this hand with all these defenso choppers running around. Finally gets the opportunity to play his last stand if he wants to, but that may not be the right call here. We see Daggerfall come out, answer the Reboomer and the Shield Totem. Here comes that last stand finally, but it's just getting hung up on that defenso chopper. Now they're going to finally start hitting this Cleaver here. And the beam from Gamer is going to do 400 damage to the face.
And now the clock's ticking again, yet again. Another Gamer manages to get his opponent into this range.
The timer is on the match here. And Gamer doing everything he can to hold off here as the Cleaver starts running in here. And we're going to see the Shield Totem come out here. We're going to see the reset thanks to the black hole trying to buy time. Last stand dropped a little bit too far forward. It may not cause the Cleaver to turn, but it still does. There's the beam there doing 400 damage to the face. I think it got a couple ticks on that succubus there, but that's not going to be enough to call it game quite yet. Not until we see another spell come out. We need another beam here. Gamer's trying to cycle to find it here. Now, as we're getting close to Mana Frenzy here, so much cycle is happening right now. There's a Shock Rock at the Shield Totem. It's not going to be enough here. But we're finally finding the face of Gamer here as he continues to save up. He actually beams at his face because he knows Boxes has that Shield Totem available, which he just was forced to use to survive a Drone Walker.
With 5 health.
And that is going to cause the Daggerfall to come in as soon as the Shield Totem drops.
Ending the game. Oh my god. I mean, but that was a beautiful example of countering back and forth, and it was amazing to watch actually.
And that's going to be a 2-0 going the way of Gamer here in our losers finals. He only needs one more to advance into the grand finals and get his shot at Mephisto.
And on $300 here. 500.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah. That will be at the
500, of course. Yeah,
minute mark.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Masters of minions and minions of masters, prepare to duel.
And this is a Setsu out of Boxes and Gamer on his mortar again.
Yep. He's going to try and get that Colossus to work one more time against Boxes here while he's still got the lead. And Boxes is going to try his Setsu here to try and make something happen here. Unfortunately, his Plasma Marines are going to be answered immediately by Daggerfall, just as they both try and find a reason to throw mana out. We're going to see a Cleaver come out now from Boxes, and it's going to be chased by a Whelp here. And it's going to actually kill that Cleaver before more help arrives, unless a Healing Fireball comes out. That will buy much more time as a Defenso Chopper comes down to answer a couple of Whelps here to send some damage back Box's way here. And we only see Gamer coming out of it 260 health lower than Boxes. This looks to be a Palace deck actually out of Boxes, but the hand is rather awkward.
Absolutely, and now we see the blue golem tanking up a bit of damage of this plasma ring, but here comes the Colossus.
And now we see the good news here is that Golem, the Rampage not quite catching the Cleaver here. That will still be enough to answer the Colossus though. Unfortunately, he needed all that closer. Yeah, that Golem will still answer that Cleaver or Colossus though. With its 400 damage hits, Healing Fireball tried to catch some damage there, but it gets black holed by Gamer as he tries to find his own opportunity here. Another black hole comes out to try and ignore this Colossus here, so that those Blood Imps can get by just fine. We're going to see a couple hits come out here. We're going to see the blue golem just barely die here, leaving the Colossus with an absolute sliver of health.
Yeah, but at least this giant push was denied by Gamer, and now we see a second Colossus at the upper lane.
And this one at the bottom here is just going to get revived.
Yep, here it is. 3/9 mana.
Unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe Boxes didn't want to cycle to that Shock Rock to prevent that res. Now he's going to use his Setsu and Cleaver to clean up the Colossus at top lane while his own blue golem dies to that push of Defenso Chopper, Reboomer, and Colossus in the bottom lane. He's going. Boxes is actually going to try to go face here using his Rampage on his Cleaver, Dronewalker, Setsu, and his Blood Imps, but partially gets answered by Daggerfall here. And now all this faces damage is starting to come in here. We see all that damage over there, but at the same time, we see Reboomers just constantly exploding on Box's face, and that's actually going to cause the game to go Gamer's way.
And that's the game. But in a perfect timing, because I'm pretty sure Gamer would have died to that push here.
Yeah, Gamer definitely would have died there. Box is fully committed to that push, and whoever managed to kill the other one first, and it turned out to be Gamer with double Reboomer and Colossus.
Yep, and now we see Gamer advances to the grand final, meeting Mephisto and getting at least $250 out of this tournament.
Winner here gets an additional $250. So, really get to see. And if you look at the bracket here, Gamer hasn't actually dropped a game since round 2 of losers here. He's on a 5-game win streak walking into Mephisto.
Yeah, absolutely impressive. And I mean, we see the two very best players out of this tournament now in this grand final. And I mean, I don't know if you expected Gamer in the grand final.
I don't think anybody expected Gamer in the grand final. Gamer didn't expect Gamer in the grand final.
Yeah, then, I mean, let's find out what the grand finals.
Game 1 is going to be at the 6-minute mark.
6-minute mark.
Yes. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
And we see that Setsu on Mephisto and that double beam APEP on Gamer starting the first game of this finals here.
We'll see what happens here. It looks like the bridges are going to go the early way to Gamer here. It's going to play that Reboomer top lane for Mephisto and Scrap Pack to retake the bridges here. Gamer's going to play Plasma Marines to take back the bottom bridge, but he's just going to let that Reboomer get answered by APEP. No problem, easy.
Yep. Easy.
And there comes a Cleaver. And it's going to reach the face, actually, I guess.
Yes, all the way.
Yep. And that's going to be a Rampage. Oh, wow. Great set of interactions there. We had the Rampaged Cleaver play to immediately answer the Cleaver, the beam follow-up by Gamer, and then the final follow-up of the Black Hole to prevent that Cleaver from dying. But at the end of the day, Mephisto still took 700 damage there, and there's the second beam to answer that Cleaver before he could reach the face of Gamer.
Yep, and now both are waiting for a bit more mana to start the action again. Here comes a Rammer out of
Rammer
Mephisto.
and Setsu with bringing the cover here. We're going to see the Stun Blast come out. We're going to see Rampage follow up here. Even if it just gets one hit in like that, that's a lot of damage. That's over 1,000 damage now done to Gamer, and he's actually not quite as favored anymore. The EXP is all tied up, and he's a couple hundred health behind now.
Yep. Now we see Mephisto taking both bridges again.
Gonna see the Ghost Turret. It's actually gonna hang out long enough to help get that Defenso down so that the Cleaver can run through here, but there is a Reboomer that's going to be answered by Daggerfall as the Cleaver is going to continue to come in. It's going to get distracted by Scrat Pack, then the, well, Cleaver's just going to die
Here
to
comes
the
the
beam.
beam.
And now we're walking back the other way.
Back the other way, Mephisto takes the bridges again. They're pretty even now, both in XP and health.
And if I had to give an advantage some way right now, I would say it's towards Gamer now that he has his shield totem to help prevent what tiny amounts of damage that do get through. He can just prevent them, at least until Stun Blast gets involved. But, and we see it get involved there with the Rampage. It's helping out so much. Cleaver just barely holding on to the range of Rammer there, preventing it from going to the face. And he's going to answer Setsu before she can reload, sending her back home as well.
Yep, a lot of value out of that single Cleaver here.
Cleaver not going to find the Reboomer in time because of the Black Hole. Mephisto actually going to sacrifice his Setsu here so that that Reboomer can revive and finish off that Cleaver. And,
Yeah, wonderful move here from Mephisto.
and we actually see Mephisto now down to 1,200 as he starts his next push using that Rammer. Going to throw down the shield totem pretty far down bottom, making a Stun Blast, even if it was in hand, not the most ideal to throw down.
Yep, but now Mephisto Cleavers get answered by Gamer's Cleaver.
It does not, thanks to
Oh,
Stun Blast.
Stun Blast come out.
But that will still be the end of his Cleaver, but now he doesn't have to worry about a Cleaver himself, as another beam's going to come out. It's just going to hit the face here. Gamer's saying, yeah, this game's on a timer. You better move along.
Yet again in another game he managed to bring that up, and now we see that push led by Setsu, and that Rammer connects to face.
Oh, yeah, it gets all the way to face. That's a second hit on the face. Gamer actually taking a lot of damage here. And now he's going to be looking for that Stun Blast on the shield totem there, but another beam's going to the face of Mephisto here. Stun Blast did not go out. He didn't want to use it there. And he's now down to 190 health. He's got to find the face right now. We see a Free Priestess being played onto the field here as Beam and Daggerfall will come out to take down Mephisto to continue the win streak for Gamer.
Gamer takes game 1 here at the finals, and yeah, yet again his double beam APIP work.
Uh-oh.
In all the same they put a lot.
Getting the robot here in the grand finals.
Yeah, at the end we saw it. Sets them on a timer.
Right. That timer, it starts becoming active as soon as they fall below 1,200 there. And we're going to go into game 2 now. We're going to see if Mephisto can be the one to maybe shut down Gamer as he continues his win streak. That's going to be at the 10-minute mark. You're ready, sir?
I am.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
It's Minion Master time. It's on.
Now we see Gamer on his mortar again, and Mephisto opts for an APIP here.
Gonna see that Colossus come out, and it's gonna be a great answer to this last stand. Looks like, well, just judging from that alone, big card versus big card, I would say Gamer has the advantage here, and that might cause the games to continue to go his way, but we'll see exactly how it all plays out here as we see a fake cleaver being dropped down to force out a beam. Or, I'm sorry, to force out Colossus, or at least any response, and Colossus will answer all that, but not before eating the beam along with the face there. And that is going to be a grand total of 1,180 damage as another Rammer comes in, but it's going to be hit by Cleaver here, and Rammer will be shocked, but it's not going to be enough to keep Cleaver there, and he's also going to escape Gamer's black hole as well. There's a lot of damage.
Rammer sits on his face.
Shockrock's going to come in and answer that reboomer. Tombstone going to push Rammer away as he keeps continuing to try to find a way. Meanwhile, the cleaver from Gamer was answered in that top lane there, but now Gamer is now down to 1,000 health as Colossus starts to reach the face here. Oh, a healing fireball comes out, but it's not soon enough to save him from a sudden cleaver play. And that is now being combined with a Rammer for an absolutely terrifying push coming to Gamer's face.
Connects the face here.
We see, and that's going to actually be the game thanks to that reset. There's no way he can stop both and the beam. So that is a 1-1 here in the grand final. Someone finally found an answer to Gamer. And that man is Mephisto.
Mother deck. Absolutely, that was a proper answer, and Mephisto came back very exciting here in this finals, in the second game.
Yep, and we'll go to game 3 now at the 20-minute mark.
Yes.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Now we see Gamer again on his APEP, and Mephisto plays a control Stormbringer take with Cannon Roller here.
Yep, if there's one thing we know Mephisto for, it's his Stormbringer. After all, the joke is that he's Stormbringer in real life. As that's all he played for his first, 8 months on the game.
I mean, well, Stormbringer is still a very strong master if you can manage to utilize him.
We're going to see Gamer drop Cleaver and with a Plasma Marine backup here. It's going to be... wow. Daggerfall is going to clear up all that defense there, and we're going to see the Cleaver find the Ghost Turret, and the Plasma Marine's finally able to finish off the Cannon Roller here, but at the end of the day, the Crossbow Guild remains standing.
Absolutely, now we see the Ghost Turret from Gamer, just to hold that bottom bridge.
Then it will hold out for the rest of the duration, I think. No, not with Global Range coming in. But that's fine. Plasma Marines will clean up the final bit as Cleaver will start leading this charge here. Unfortunately, he doesn't lead it soon enough. He will find a Stun Lancer before they're fully spawned here. Plasma Marine trying to quickly clear up that last Stun Lancer, and it will. Here comes a beam to answer the Ghost Turret as this Cleaver continues to try to find the face, but there's just so many scrats in his way.
Yeah, but now finally the Cleaver got countered. And yeah, Mephisto continues to do what Control Stormbringers do.
Control. Unfortunately, he's not getting to the face of Gamer, really. APEP actually killing the crossbow dudes before they can reach the reach enough range to actually hurt APEP. At least that will be the case until Perk 2 comes into play here.
Yep, exactly. Now we see both players saving up a bit of mana, but we have two crossbow guilds working here for Mephisto.
Yep, and we're going to see the push start again for Gamer here. Cleaver Plasma Marines seems to be his go-to here. He's going to try and find that ghost turret, and he will after throwing down his own ghost turret. As more Plasma Marines and a Stint comes in, trying to find all the space in the world for this Cleaver, but it looks like it's going to die before he can even hit the Defenso Chopper, and it will.
Yes, it does.
And now this push is coming from Mephisto here. A Defenso Chopper is not going to be enough here. Not against Plasma Marines, Cannon Roller, and a whole bunch of crossbow dudes.
No, but now they have the range to reach the phase before APEP can clear them.
Well, the good news is Daggerfall is here, so it will save the day with the push there. And on the backside, we'll see the new crossbow guild just immediately get answered by Beam. Looks like Gamer might have finally figured out how he can regain board presence against this deck.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Mephisto couldn't manage to reach the face of Gamer really with big threats now, but he maintains to control the game so good, and he catched up in XP quite well.
He's still
Gamer is
25 down here. I'm sorry, he's still 20 down in EXP against Gamer, who's about to reach his perk 3, and who knows what that 4 mana card might give him.
That's true. Now
It's
we will
a
find
Musketeer. Not the most ideal here, but it is still a very serious threat that needs answered. And we'll see Bridge Shrine as well on a Gamer. I don't know if I've seen that. Maybe he just had the Musketeer.
out. Maybe he just had it.
Well, there are no crossbow guilds on the field at this point. Well, there's them proving me wrong as one drops down right now. We're going to see Daggerfall clean up the entire push on top lane here. We're going to see Plasma Marines and Cleaver trying to do their push again at bottom lane. The Beam coming in for the crossbow guild finally. And Gamer is going to continue on his EXP to try and get it all the way to the top here and reach Mana Frenzy far before Mephisto, as he's decided that's probably going to be the way he wins this game.
Yeah, I mean, both cannot really reach the face of each other. It goes back and forth. Most of the battle is right at the bridges or on top of the bridges.
Going to see Scrap Packs make the top lane there after neutral. And we're going to see Gamer now sitting on a 30 EXP lead just thanks to playing with these bridge shrines. He has 2 of them up. That's as good as having both bridges. And every bridge he grabs after that, that's going to have a big impact. And we're going to see a beam used on the bottom bridge there just to clean up that push there and give him that bridge. As he continues on his push to Mana Frenzy, as he's now only 6 EXP away. Another set of ticks, and that is going to be it. But unfortunately, his bridge shrines are actually getting targeted right now. He's going to keep throwing down bridge shrines, try to find his way back into this game as he reaches Mana Frenzy right now, and he's just going to start beaming face immediately. And he just let Mephisto know exactly how the rest of this game is going to go. It's either he finds a way into Gamer and ends him, or he's just going to get his face beamed off. And as we can see, the fight for the bridge is going to become much easier for Gamer as this keeps going, as he keeps getting EXP or more and more mana regen. Mephisto needs to find a way to take these bridges away from Gamer, or the push is just going to become even scarier. And we see him just keep attempting to try here. We see a cannon roller being dropped down to help with this Cleaver here. They does manage to answer it, but both bridges are now under Gamer's control, and Mephisto is still 10 EXP away. We still have bridge shrines up for Gamer. Although they only give you 1 mana and Mana Frenzy, they're still there to be cycled. They still function like walls. Here's another beam. Gamer finally finding the face here. Still 6 EXP away from Mana Frenzy, and Mephisto's looking like he's going to go down, and that is exactly what happens here as Cleaver swings again.
Gamer takes this game here due to Mana Frenzy, and yeah, I honestly think this was the only opportunity for him to win this game, because it was just swinging back and forth. Every push got countered by either Mephisto or Gamer, and yeah, finally managed that.
I forgot the Bridge Shrine was free, so it wasn't just 1 mana, it was actually 5 mana coming back into him every time he played that card, which is just a big deal.
Massive value.
So that's going to bring us into Game 4 now. Gamer 1 step away from flipping the bracket on Mephisto.
Yep, let's see if Mephisto can deny Gamer to do so.
It will be the 31-minute mark.
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Masters, prepare to duel.
And we see Gamer now on the Stormbringer and Mephisto on a Setsu.
Looks like he's going to try a bit of a different strategy here. He clearly
This is a
can't.
Dragon Pack.
Yes, this is that Dragon Pack deck he was using before. I don't remember all the other cards, though. I know there's a living statue in it somewhere. That's going to be a Daggerfall. It's only going to catch one of the Plasma Marines. It's still going to allow both bridges to go the way of Mephisto, though. As more Swarmers come down here, they're going to retake the bridges here as a Reboomer gets played on the top lane. Going to see a Musketeer, possibly.
A Musketeer here.
At the very least, it's in the hand. Waiting on mana here. He's going to Shock Rock the Plasma Marines, giving the Stint the opening it needs to win that fight at bottom lane. Ghost Turret, of course, answering the Reboomer, but that's okay. We still have both bridges. Here comes Setsu. She's going to jump in directly on top of this Ghost Turret and Plasma Marine, tanking up for the Musketeer and his 60 DPS, trying to reach the face here, but he's going to find a Defenso Chopper, and Living Statue is going to start setting up the push here for Mephisto on the back. That's going to be a crossbow guild that's just going to immediately get beamed here from Mephisto. And that Defenso Chopper trying to do its thing, but there's just so many ranged minions, it's actually not going to see much value this time around. The only time it will see value is against that Dragon Pack, and it may not be seen. Well, Cleaver's going to come in to answer the Stint. Living Statue continues to walk the face here. It may get a hit off. It may get more off. Here comes Reboomer to answer the Cleaver, actually. Still no answer for it. So it's going to kill that Cleaver. Nice and easy. And we see Musketeer get dropped bottom lane now.
Yep, Mephisto starting to put the threats up. He is the second Defenso Chopper answering that Musketeer. But here's the statue again, followed up by a Reboomer.
This might be the opening Mephisto wants here. He's got that statue leading the front. He's got Dragon Pack ready. There it comes. There's no Defenso Chopper. Setsu's going to start jumping in right now, looking to buy some time here. Unfortunately, Plasma Marines, but they're going to get Black Hold here. There's still a lot of DPS on the face here. It's going to buy so much time here. And that Living Statue still incredibly healthy. Ghost Turret being dropped to try and help out here, but Gamer's going to drop down to 1,300 health while Mephisto's still up at 2,400.
Yeah, beautiful push here by Mephisto. Very scary for Gamer, and Gamer needs to win this game here.
We're going to see the Beam take care of the Crossbow Guild immediately yet again, as Mephisto starts looking at how he can start up his next push. Only this time it won't have the surprise factor of that Dragon Pack. As we see, Gamer is refusing to throw down his Defenso Chopper now.
Yeah, he's prepared now for the Dragon Pack.
See Setsu leading the charge here. He's going to find a Cleaver. Here comes the Dragon Pack. If it can manage to find everything, that's going to be a real problem for Gamer here. It's going to find the Cleaver, and it's actually going to kill him. And it's even going to answer the Ghost Turret. Might even answer both Marines. It's going to answer one. It's not quite going to answer the second one.
But even then, massive value out of the Dragon Pack, entering the Cleaver and the Ghost Turret, and yet again another guild got beamed right away.
Yep. No crossbow dudes allowed.
Not in this game. Not on my field, says Mephisto.
As he throws down another living statue to start up the next push here. We see Swarmers being dropped to retake the bridges here. We see perk 3 going the way of Gamer here as Mephisto's about to get his perk 3. In fact, there it is. And he's going to go in and he's going to start causing some massive damage here. Unfortunately, Gamer didn't perfectly predict where Setsu was landing, and now that Cleaver's in a lot of trouble here. Setsu will have to go home, but Dragon Pack is looking to go to face here, and Beam is ready, but not now, as he played the stint. And that's going to be a living statue walking towards face here. Beam's going to clear up the Defenso Chopper, hit face for 400 damage, and there's going to be that hit from the living statue for 120 damage.
Now Gamer is away from losing this game with the next push if Mephisto can manage to come through yet again.
Yeah, one of the things we can see coming out of here is Mephisto just ignoring protecting his push with his Setsu and just going straight face. Oh my god. Gamer just threw down his cleaver. That gives Mephisto all the opening he needs to just jump on the face here. There's a shock rock. It's going to clear up everything that was played to answer him. And here comes the beam for the finish. That is going to give us a 2-2 Game 5 in the Grand Finals here.
Yep, tied up yet again, and Mephisto just managed to break all the defense of Stormbringer control, and he was dominating that game with his pushes.
So we're going to see if Mephisto manages to reverse sweep this one just like he managed to do against Boxes in the winners final, or if Gamer can finally find his third win here.
Yeah.
That's going to be at the 43-minute mark.
Be at the 43-minute mark.
In 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Masters of minions and minions of masters. Prepare.
And here we see this is Apep versus the Mortar deck out of Gamer. So let's see if the Colossus works one more time.
We're going to see, and we're going to find out. It hasn't. It didn't work last time, I believe.
Yes.
And it's up against the
Not
last
last
stand
time.
this time, so it might work again. But it does have to.
And here
It does have to get through this. Gamer does have to find a way to survive against the Cleaver Rammer combo this time, and it's going to be a beam taking some strategy from Gamer here. Just beam the face here.
Yeah.
As we see a rammer coming out here. Oh
free
my
boomer.
god, the lightning bolt finds the free boomer. That's going to be so much damage just sitting on the face of Gamer here. He may not have the answer for this. He needs like a beam
There's
or
no
something.
answer.
But even if he did have a beam, Black Hole is ready. There's a shock rock to reset
Already
and
down
kill
to
the
400.
Swarmers. And that's going to be the game, the grand finals, everything.
That's
It goes
the
to
game.
Mephisto here.
Goes to Mephisto in 1 minute 6 seconds here.
Thanks for playing, Gamer.
Thanks for participating.
Wow, that was a very, very quick final game to end all of this on.
Yes. That was a quite impressive rush out of Mephisto here.
It was absolutely insane. As
Absolutely insane. But Gamer just had no answer to the Cleaver rammer push, and yeah, unfortunately his Colossus didn't work for the second time against Mephisto.
That's correct. And it's it's a strategy where he doesn't really have a way to deal with people going to the face here, and
Yep.
that they just so happened to line up perfectly both times as they were throwing their decks around, and it's really unfortunate for Gamer, but that's a great thing for Mephisto here, just being able to play the mind games and get the win that he was looking for. And I mean that's that's the end of this tournament. So Mephisto goes home with 500. Gamer
with 250.
Yep. Boxes will be going home with 100.
Yep.
Shady with 50,
Shady-
and then 25 will
Shady
be
with
going to
50
Kaz, Cat, Cole, and Ramidi.
Yep.